and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, PSVG proudly brings to you the podcast champions of the world, Donnie, Eat the Hype Reese, Delvin, Steve, Fox, Cox, and your boy, Dat Ninja Dev. And if you ain't down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Suck it!
There we go. We back.
Yeah.
Oh.
Steve Fox, the legend.
The legend.
Exactly.
Who is Steve Fox?
Some white generic character they made for Tekken 8. That's the name they came up with. It's like a motherfucker rolled some dice and they were like, Steve Fox, that's what we're doing.
Like a Mad Lib?
Yeah. That's a terrible name.
It is pretty terrible. But, you know.
We hating on my man Steve Fox like that.
Steve Fox. It sounds like he plays for the Knicks.
The Lakers.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
he's like just
a Lakers player.
He comes in. Yeah. He's like a Kurt Rambis. He just kind of comes in and gives you some garbage minutes, just little physical, you know. Yeah. Doesn't really stow up on the stat sheet at all.
Yeah, you guys had Rick Fox.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you guys have a lot of those type of guys, just like
Yeah,
like Don
you gotta
Jones.
have one.
Yeah,
Jimmy Smith.
Just generic ass name. Yeah.
Yep. Gotta have that basic guy who just kind of comes in. You know what, Daniel? I do what the fuck I want. All right.
Exactly. You goddamn Indiana Pacers fan. Ooh, we're the Chicago Bulls.
See now, but here's the funny thing. Watch Low Key. Give it a couple weeks. Low Key's like, me and my Pacers are doing good, huh?
Oh my God.
He didn't want to do that shit.
The Pacers are great. Dude, the Pacers are so much fun to watch. Terrible on defense, but amazing on offense.
Yeah.
Have you not watched
more
Pacers?
fun to watch in Chicago. No, they don't come on television.
Looking like Steve Nash, man. Like he's killing it.
Come on. I haven't watched the Pacers since Reggie.
They don't come on television. I don't know who the Pacers are.
Y'all need to watch them in the tournament then, because they're fantastic.
I don't understand this tournament at all. I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know whether it's coming or going. There's games that happen.
Teams now. No, like now it's set in stone. We have our tournament teams.
Yeah, I didn't understand how that. I was like, why is their tournament game? I thought it was like
but trying to
happening.
explain to people, it's like it's not. Yeah, it's not going to be.
Yeah, I don't like it. I
love it. I'm glad that you're finally coming around to what I was saying, Dan.
No, he's not. He's not. Dude, the other night the Celtics were fouling people in the fourth, trying to make sure they won by enough. Like that is amazing for November basketball. That's incredible. These people. Dude, the Dubs Kings game the other night was like a playoff game. They wanted it. Just last year, we were talking about all these stars are sitting down and they don't play back to back. These guys are going hard. They want to win.
I'd appreciate it if it was like this is when the tournament starts and this is when it ends, and we go that way. I don't like this little weird game. I like the idea of having a tournament, but just like I don't know when the hell the games are happening. It's just weird.
Good point.
What I would do? Am I way too loud? I feel like I'm way too loud.
No. Sound fine.
I'm okay.
Yeah, it's not fine to me.
Chat.
Is he loud?
Feels loud. What I would do is I would scrap these like pods that they've come up with, right, and go back to just make it the divisions, or if anything, like make it more regional, and that way you know that like all of your division games for like from September to October are tournament games.
Okay.
You know, like go back to the division. And here's the good thing is if you go back to the divisions, there's already bad blood there. Those teams are already natural rivals. It'll enhance that. Right? So like you can kind of screw around in the early part of the season unless it's a division game. And then that one matters because it's a tournament game. Right? I like that idea. Like just go back to the divisions, screw this weird thing where the Cavs are not in the same group with the other team. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that would make sense because then I know when the hell it's supposed to be a tournament game.
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't matter if it's on Monday or Friday or Sunday. It doesn't matter when it is because you know that division games are tournament games. Yeah. And I think that would make a lot more sense.
That would.
NBA, listen to Donnie. Do it that way for next year because this shit right now is stupid.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to it is hard to keep up with, but I think for the casual fan, they don't care to keep up with it. Like they just want to watch good basketball. And then I think on top of that, you just have the tournament, right? Like now that the tournament is set in stone, now people know what the tournament is, and now they can just focus on that.
Now that's gonna be fun.
We have the
Yeah, I
tournament.
probably still won't be paying attention.
You don't have to worry about how people got there and all that if you don't want to get that geeky with it. But now you know this is the tournament. We have the tournament teams. These are the games. Like who is it? Who advanced out of the Warriors Kings? I remember.
Mm.
They're playing the Pels. I want to watch
Yeah,
that game.
it's Sacramento and the Pelicans,
I wanna watch
Lakers
that
and
I have
the
never ever said I
fucking
want to watch
Phoenix.
a Sacramento New Orleans basketball game in November, but I do. I do now.
So there you go. So I guess it's working.
I think it's working. I think it's good. And here's the other thing. The other night, because the point differential is the tiebreaker, whoever wins the most games by the most points, it's like a bettor's dream. Like if you're into betting money, this is a huge win. Because now not only are you
tired
betting,
of all the FanDuel shit. I am
now,
so tired of it.
Not only are you watching to see who wins and advances, now you need teams to cover. You're trying to get a team to win or not lose by enough to advance. And that's like
they did this shit on purpose.
Oh,
they did this shit on purpose.
100% they did. They're going to make a killing in Vegas over this. 100%.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
It's a business, Dev. It's a business.
That's how those players get all those. That's how they get all those contracts.
I'm over it. I'm over it.
Got to pay the
Go
players.
watch the Rucker. Fuck that. Just go back to street ball.
Go watch the big three. And one.
No.
Got other options.
I want to watch
Joe
street
Johnson.
ball. Just the
Go
pure
watch Joe
essence
Johnson.
of basketball.
Yeah, I want to watch some and one, some hot sauce.
Oh God.
Hot sauce, baby.
Jesus.
Loved it. Loved it. Oh my God. Loved it. The professor, my godson. Let's go.
My man double dribbling all over the place.
All over the place.
Carrying, holding.
Just
Half
carrying.
man, half amazing.
What
It's
are
the
you
worst.
doing?
It's fucking incredible. Incredible. Absolutely loved it. You knew what it was. You knew what it was. It wasn't, there was no fundamentals. It was just highlight.
There was no
reels.
basketball.
It was
just-
basketball.
No,
Just,
it
you
wasn't.
know, there was no fundamentals, you know.
The
we do what we want.
Globetrotters played more as a team.
They sure did.
Yeah.
But
That's why they
that's
have
not
the
what it was
work they had.
about.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
that was our basketball moment. I've been enjoying the tournament. It's been fun.
I've barely watched any basketball at all.
That's a shame.
Hardly seen any of it. It's so hard to watch sports.
I don't
my
have
household.
one. I don't have cable, and two, I don't have the time. So what I do is I check up all of the YouTube channel is your friend. You can get condensed games or highlights or like just the fourth quarter. So I watch most of my stuff through there
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
because I ain't got time to watch 14 games a night. That's nobody's
a
got
lot
for
of
that.
time.
Yeah, I ain't got that. So
That's
I
when
can't
you
even
take
watch
the-
one game a night.
That's
Right.
when you take the PlayStation
Sad.
Portal and just sit there and play it while you watching your games.
Yeah,
you can do that.
You can do that. You can do that. Yeah.
I do that with the Steam sometimes, the Steam Deck. I'll sit there and watch wrestling or watch anything else and play the Steam Deck a little bit.
I mean, anytime I'm watching TV, I usually have my Ally or Switch in my hand.
I can't multitask to save my life. So either I'm playing the game or I'm watching the show. One of them is just background noise. I can't.
You
I
wanna talk about-
can.
You want to talk about watching shows? So we've had like the Thanksgiving break you guys were absent on last week.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I
Same
sat there with the
holidays.
family multiple days, just scrolling
That
through
sounds
apps, not wanting to watch a damn thing.
Yeah.
Like out of 100, I was like, I don't want to watch any of this. And I told my wife, I was like, I don't want to watch any of this. And she's giving me option left after right. So I got this, and there's this new drama series. Here's this new documentary. And so this is a new movie. And I'm like,
Donnie
I don't,
does not like TV.
like, I don't want to watch this. And she's like, what are you talking? I'm like, I would, and it's weird. It's like, I would rather spend that time on TikTok. I would rather spend that time on YouTube. I have podcasts that I would rather listen to than watch any of this. And like, I'm
Interesting.
in this weird place with like, I don't know, like how I'm consuming things. Like it's just, I'm not even talking like movies, like even television shows. Like, hey, let's watch 30-minute television shows. And I'm just like, I can be spending this time doing all of these other things better. And it just kind of ruins it for me.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Does that sound old? I feel old when I say that.
No,
Yeah.
that sounds young.
Ooh.
That sounds like you're a kid who wants
Oh,
to
that sounds
watch
like the opposite. Oh, no, I was thinking it's the
all
opposite.
they
way. I'm like,
do
am I
is
just
watch
old?
YouTube and TikTok and all of that stuff.
That is
I
true.
want to watch my
that's a good
old ass
point.
television. I want to watch a show. I want to have a few commercials in there
See?
just so I
John
feel
gets it.
regular.
I'm like, man, I could 30, 40 minutes watch TV shows. Like I could catch up on a podcast that it's in my backlog. I could play a little video game, you know, like I could check out TikTok instead. And it's just like with so many of the shows and things, it all just feels so samey. It's all just like been there, done that. We've done this.
You're like one of these kids. That's what they do. Cause I'm not, I don't even have a TikTok. I watch 30% of the TikToks y'all send me. I don't do the Instagram. I want to sit down. I want to watch a show that has a beginning and an end. Like right now, I'm watching Blue Eye Samurai and absolutely loving it.
I watched that. That was pretty good. Yeah.
I fucking love that show.
Watch
It's great.
the damn
love it. It's okay.
Donnie.
I loved it. I'm loving it so far.
I tried.
My
We
wife
did
will
watch
watch
the
the cult
stupid
stuff.
cult documentary. It was these two people talking about being each other's twin flames, and what it was 30 people talking about how idiots they are that they let this person swindle them for thousands of dollars.
Well, that's every cult documentary,
Right? And my wife loves that shit. She eats it up.
Man. Like in this documentary, it's like they weren't receiving anything. Like they didn't live together. And like he literally was like there's like a Skype call. This isn't like before the internet where you could just like win people over with a book or something. Like
so it was church.
Like, yeah, this on a Skype call. He's like, we're gonna help you find the love of your life, but I need like $5,000.
It's just catfish.
And then people were like, here's $5,000. Like $5,000. I asked my wife, she was like, Donnie, you see people that get conned. I was like, but $5,000?
Yeah,
that's a lot to just hand over. That's more than this. Isn't like you got scammed out of like $200.
I mean, he's going after the whales. He's smart. You find the rich, lonely people.
Man.
That just have more money than they have sense.
Yarden, I tried, man. I can't do it anymore. I can't.
I've watched so many crime documentaries and cult documentaries with my wife because she just loves them. See, I just sit there and I get sucked in. Say, all right,
I think Tiger King ruined it for me. Tiger King was like peak television, and everything else.
I agree.
Just falls at the wayside. It's like,
I agree.
You're not Tiger King. This sucks. I agree. You know, it's like
Tiger King is the exact opposite for me. I was like, this is cool.
Of course, Dev. Dev's so cool. We get it.
Every time.
It's not about cool.
Sean, how are you liking the Alan Wake? I did not like the Alan Wake. But
every time I watched Tiger King and didn't think the story could get more stupider.
And it just got insane, right? It's so unbelievable.
It's got dimmer and
so unbelievable.
It impressed me. You're like, this can't be real.
And now you watch other cults and you're like, y'all are boring. Y'all ain't out here. Y'all aren't the real ones. You're not no damn Tiger King. Your employee didn't lose an arm. What is this boring ass documentary? Who made a documentary out of these people? These people are boring.
The only one that got close was that one with the guy who like fucked the whole family. Like, what the fuck is going on here? It was so
I've been
weird.
desensitized by Netflix.
I can't remember the name of the story, but he like literally fucked the whole family. Father
I don't know what you're talking about either. What?
Yes.
Oof. Delvin's in dark places. The other one that I was going to be like, there was this one where they put like a bomb around this person's neck. And like they sent them into town to like rob a bank. And then it turns out it was like these two lovers, but they were trying to kill each other. Like it goes places too. But like, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I ain't seen that. I've watched the Nixus one or whatever. My wife is real into that one.
With the which one?
Nixus. I don't know. Some cult where dude was like branding.
Is that the shoes?
People. No. Because
we watched that one. That was pretty cool too. The one on HBO with the dudes, with the shoes, and they get the shoes and the coats and stuff. Yeah, we watched that one.
Yeah, that's old. The sex cult thing with Nixus. It was the chick from oh god, she was in Smallville. I forgot what Alex Mack. I think that's her name.
Smallville. I ain't got nothing on that either.
Yeah, I watched that with the wife. That was really good. We watched the Hale Bop thing, but it's like I've been hearing about that stupid thing, and then people in these damn Nike Cortez shoes, whatever, for forever, like that.
Yeah.
The one I was talking about is called Abducted in Plain Sight. It's a wild story.
I feel like I've heard of that.
I feel like we watched that, but I don't know. I don't remember it the way you do.
Yeah. Dude.
But anyway. Yeah, I would sit there, and it wasn't just documentaries. Like we were just scrolling through movies and TV shows, and I was like, I don't want to do any of this. I don't want to sit here. I think I even said it to my wife. I was like, I don't want to sit here for the next 40 minutes doing this. Like I don't want to just sit here and just do this. I could sit anywhere and do something better than this. It's like it's very low on my priority to I just feel like I'm wasting time.
to kind of
Isn't everything just wasting time?
Well, yeah,
I guess.
It's just all about how you want to waste your time.
Yeah.
I find myself listening to a lot more podcasts now because when I'm in my house, I'm like, I can be doing other things more productive. So I can probably listen to a podcast and fix up stuff or clean stuff in the house as opposed to just watching the TV show and putting my whole focus on this one TV show.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'll usually walk around the house with my speakerphone on or my headphones in. I think my family hates it. And particularly with my wife, it's like it's an isolated enjoyment. Like I'm listening to podcasts by myself, right? Where she wants to do communal things. Like let's watch the TV show together. And I'm like, I don't want to watch the TV show. You want to watch the TV show. You watch the TV show and I'll listen to the podcast.
Yeah. I listen to podcasts when I'm like doing dishes. I don't really have any other time to watch. All of my television watching comes when I'm either folding laundry on a Saturday for like 30 minutes or on my lunch break. That's when I watch my shows. Otherwise, there's no other time where I'm watching TV or listening to podcasts. It's always something else that I'm doing with the children or the wife. So I don't have any extra time. And if I do have any time that's longer than an hour, I'm gonna play a video game. Yeah.
That was the thing. I was like, I could just play a game. She's like, but you're always playing games.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of it. You're always watching TV.
I'm just waiting for Archer to come back from its mid-season break, which pisses me off that they had a mid-season break. Like, give me the rest of the damn season. Same with Invincible.
I was going to say the exact same thing.
Fucking
how you just leave the
like,
show like that? Like, come
on. Just cliffhanger like a month. Like, really? This is where you leave us? 4 episodes?
Yeah.
Assholes.
Yeah.
It never bothers me, but it definitely F1 does that, and it bothers the shit out of me when F1 does it. I'm like, you guys gonna take off like half the summer?
Yeah, why is that with
F1? What sports franchise does this? This is ridiculous.
Yeah, that is kind of weird with sports.
They're just like, yo, we'll see you in a month and a half from now. Like, what?
Like, what?
That
weird. Makes no sense in sports.
F1 does it. Yeah, they have like this midsummer break, man. They just take like a month off and they just leave. You just like and it's like their schedule's so weird because you have like 3 races in 3 weeks, and then you'll go 2 weeks without a race, and you'll go another 2 weeks without a race, and then you have 2 weeks and 2 weeks, and then you won't get another race for 3 weeks, and they're like, we'll see you in a month and a half. You're like, what? It's like it's a challenge to watch. Like it's a challenge to keep up. Like when do we have races? Are we racing this weekend?
Not watch it.
Is this like based in Europe or something? Because it feels like they're just going on holiday.
Well, that's the reason. The reason why they would tell you is because it's a global sport. They have a lot of travel, so the break is for families to like go back home and be with their families.
You know what? I appreciate the hell out of that work-life balance, baby. It's good stuff. Okay.
The American in me is like, you need to get in the car and finish the season.
Yeah.
You know what that's called? That's
fuck
called,
your wife and kids in your life.
It's called the off season. Just move that to the off season and we'll see you then.
Yeah. You know what? WWE takes no days off. Think about it like that. So if you're appreciative of your off season F1 racing.
Yeah, Yard makes a good point. It's logistics. They got to move all those cars, the paddocks and everything. They're literally moving them from like Saudi Arabia to Brazil to London to Austin, Texas. You know, it's a nightmare.
Yard, we don't care.
A big ass waste of time.
We really don't.
F1 shit out of here.
We don't care, Yard.
You know what?
Get your ass back to work.
It's like, you know what? Okay, you make billions of dollars. How about you buy some stuff and leave it here, and buy some stuff and leave it there, and you ain't got to move it all.
Yeah, you make enough. You can do it.
You figure it
out.
Not
that hard. Figure that shit out.
F1. Ugh.
What a start to the show.
Yeah.
I love it.
Let's continue down this path of trash. Delvin, we're starting with you.
Wow.
You got a sad ass Atari and you keep playing shitty games. What up with that?
Well, my plan is working so far. Like I said, I'm not buying any of this shit I don't want. I told you, I'm not buying this Atari. I said, I want an Atari, but I don't want to pay money for it. That's exactly what happened. I said, hey, you want to buy me something for Christmas? Here, you can buy me this Atari. What is it? The Atari 2600 Plus?
Sure.
I think that's the name of it. Yes, it's Atari 2600 Plus. I got that as a gift for Christmas. I just put it on the tree. I said, I'll open it on Christmas. And look, I can't wait to open it because it looks great. I'm not opening it now. And the person who got it
I'm just confused as to why you're excited to open it.
Because I like the aesthetic of Atari. and I want to see how it plays and how it looks. I'm quite sure. It's
You
funny
know how
because
it plays.
It's gonna look like the Atari collection that's trash. It's gonna look just like
Yeah.
it's gonna look like bleeps and boops that just clash into each other.
But Donnie,
Mm-hmm.
these bleeps and bloops will be in 4K. That's the
So
difference.
No, they
No,
won't.
it won't. Not even a little bit.
It'll
Deb,
be
did
on a
you-
4K television, but it won't be in 4K.
Deb, I bought the Atari collection. I played it on Switch,
Yeah.
and it's trash. It's so bad. There's
amazing.
so many
Mhm.
terrible,
It gave you
terrible
Ninja Golf.
games,
How
man.
dare
It
you.
is so bad.
Ninja Golf, Donnie.
I tried to play
That's
basketball.
probably as bad as it sounds.
I tried to play basketball. Abhorrent.
It's
You know, and it was like,
amazing.
and I tried to even have like, I obviously wasn't there, so this isn't my game. But even I like to think that even if I was, I still wouldn't have played it then. I'm like,
Yeah.
y'all, you come back to me when this gets a little bit
you
better.
would love it.
I don't think so,
throwing
because you
a
know the reason
brick
why I disagree with you.
Inside of a hoop.
Here's
is
why I
amazing.
disagree with you, because I feel the same way about NES games. There are some NES games where I'm like,
Now
nah,
wait-
that's not
Wait
it.
a goddamn minute, Rondell.
Nah, that's not it.
You will not be slandering NES.
I'm telling you.
We can joke about
No.
Atari, but
No,
not
no,
played
no,
so
no.
many
There
NES
are
games
some shitty
that
Nintendo
are
games that
absolute
definitely
trash. And
deserve
even
the slander.
then, even
Nah,
then,
nah.
when it was the best that I could recall, even then I was like, I'm gonna go play outside. Like I'm not gonna do this. This game,
Yeah,
man,
there,
this is
there are
terrible.
definitely some
Who's
trash
doing
ass
this?
NES games.
No.
You can't tell me Platoon was a good NES game. That
Who
game
the
is
fuck buy
absolute garbage.
Platoon?
Somebody
Buy
did.
that shit.
Somebody did, but it's garbage. Everything can't be skate or die. It can't be TNC Surf Design. You know, there's
Those are the
gems,
ones I bought. Those
but
are the
there's
ones I
trash.
bought.
Lots and lots of trash.
Nah, I don't believe it.
I'm telling
LJN,
you.
trash.
I don't need you coming here with your goddamn logic, snurts. Get out of here with that shit.
We need more of this logic. All right, we
Speaking
need
of
more of this
snurks,
logic.
Congratulations to PSXP releasing their most recent episode with a new host that was live streamed in YouTube, and the show was out the next damn day.
No.
Look at that. Hand claps.
No.
Round. Give a round to my man Delvin. PSXP is on the rise. Fantastic job.
I will say this.
Snurts was an excellent guest.
Yeah, he's all right.
Perfect. Might hear more from him in the future.
He was all right. But I will say this. I'm going to give Melon credit. I'm proud of Melon. It didn't fuck up.
Right? We switched. You got to switch to Chrome. That was the solution.
It didn't
Switch to
fuck up at
Chrome?
all.
Works. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it worked perfectly.
We tested
Interesting.
over 4 or 5 episodes of all the different settings and everything. And when I went back to the support, I was like, hey, I'm going to try to switch to Mozilla. They're like, don't do that. We don't support Mozilla. They're like, what are you using? I was like, Edge. They're like, we prefer to use Chrome. From the moment we switched to Chrome, we have not had an issue.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. But not even a single issue that I can recall.
I actually saw the whole intro
I'm an
of
Edge.
the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
So
was
it's
amazing.
got to be
Oh,
an Edge thing, which is weird
That's how
because
that
we
looks.
used Edge for like 2 years with no problems. But Edge
Yeah.
does get like frequent builds and stuff, so it could be just a
Mhm.
new patch. But
Probably. Because I know Edge did just have like a new update for like their whole AI built-in Bing bullshit.
and Microsoft fucking it up.
That's what they do best. That's what they're here for.
So you've
Fucking
got your
shit up.
joystick to go bleeping and blooping.
don't say it like that.
I mean,
It
that's
is
what
what
you
it
gotta
is,
do.
man. It is what it is.
Got your joystick with your one button, bleeps and
Just sitting
bloops.
there,
Bleeping and
with
blooping
your
all over
hand
the
on
damn
your
place.
joystick,
Yeah.
rocking back and forth in front of your television late at night.
Having a good time.
The cool thing about Atari, because I've been
No.
looking it up.
There's
No.
the cool
The
thing about
games are
Atari
relatively-
is the brand, the name Atari makes
Yes.
cool T-shirts. That's about
That's
as
true.
cool as Atari gets, man. It's it.
The games are relatively cheap, and they probably still work.
You know why?
They should be free. They shouldn't cost anything.
Probably not.
Who's
games
buying
are
Atari games in 2023?
Me.
Delvin motherfucking Cox.
I'm gonna buy me some Atari games. Hell
Oh,
yeah.
Why?
He's
Because
gonna try
I
to
loved
make this the
Atari when I
thing.
was a kid.
It's like how?
God.
It was fun.
It's just
It looked
Brick Breaker.
terrible.
It's 80
Yeah.
different versions of Brick Breaker. That's all the Atari is.
Break Breaker's a hell of a game.
Is it? Is it?
No, it's not.
Break bricks this way. You break
Jesus
them that
Christ.
way. Break them over there. Sounds amazing. Too much to make Brick
Pray
Breaker
for
a
you.
story.
What other shitty stuff did you play this weekend or this week?
Nothing. I've already told people the terrible story of the Walking Dead game. They don't want to hear that shit again.
I want to hear
Is that,
about.
why, is that why people
Gollum.
are on you about the
Yes. Look,
shitty
I told
games?
them how awful the Walking Dead game was. Yeah.
Oh
gave the
yeah,
host
that
enough
makes
stuff.
sense. I was wondering about that because I was like, I also got Gollum, but nobody was on me about how terrible games were.
No, because they
But
don't
I'm
care if
pretty
you
certain.
play terrible games. They
I'm
only
like
care if I play terrible games.
I'm certain that Walking Dead game is like 10 times worse than Gollum.
Yeah, I'm quite sure.
Positive.
It turns on, and functionally it works. That's about
And
it.
Moria is game of the year compared to both of them. By
Probably.
Jesus Christ.
People were really upset that I'm like, hey, I got Golem for $10 for Black Friday.
Yeah.
Why? I'm like, that's a good
Yeah,
deal.
people like
Why'd
don't
you
want
pay
to.
so much money for that? Donnie got it for $4, and that was $4 too much.
I don't have Donnie's privilege to get.
You should have found some privilege, or have him get it for you.
That's a good
Find
point.
some privilege.
I should have used Donnie's white privilege.
Excuse me, sir. Give some privilege I can have.
Can I borrow your privilege for a moment here?
What did we talk about in the DM? I was like, I must have missed out on get a castle day. Like, I never got my castle. I must have missed that.
Yeah.
I didn't get the memo. Shit.
Yeah, unfortunately, you missed your castle.
Fuck.
Yeah.
All right, well, you have an Atari and
Yes.
trash games.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work, and I'm sure all of them you'll be like, I liked it. It was good.
No, Walking Dead game.
That's true. Yarden points out that it's on Woot. You can get Gollum for $10. It is Amazon's Woot's bestseller.
See, that's where I got it from. That's
See, all
exactly
these
where I
people are
got it
hating,
from.
and then here they are. They're all getting it.
See?
My God.
For $10,
What is it?
it's worth a shot.
This is like a cult. Like, you guys are all just a glutton for punishment. You're getting taken
It's
to
really
the
not
ringer.
that bad. It's really not that bad.
$10.
In Chow
Yes.
Fear.
Yes. He did.
Dude, speaking of that, I sent my cousins this because I thought they'd appreciate it. I came across a TikTok of a guy that's making like hoodies and shirts, and it has a print of a food stamp on it, and it says "started from the bottom." And I was like, dude, we have to get these.
There you go. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's legit. That's a great hoodie.
That's a good
That is
one.
a great fucking hoodie.
The Golem's not that bad. I've played worse. I've played many
There
worse
you go.
games than
There you
Golem.
go.
Everything in that Atari collection is worse than Golem.
Absolutely, 1000%.
Yeah, I mean, like, what are we talking about here? If we're going to start comparing some shit games, I need y'all to go play basketball. 1982's basketball on the
A
Atari
legendary game.
58,800, whatever the fuck, and watch that
Legendary game.
awful game.
No,
Just
no.
You're
terrible.
playing basketball.
They
No,
didn't even
you're
look
not.
like the blob on the screen doesn't even look human.
Yeah.
Right? Like their legs lean forward and they have like ankles that go backwards.
Yeah, that's how it looks.
It's
That's how
so
legs work.
bad.
Look like an alien playing basketball.
Me
It's
and Jack
fucking
were playing,
E.T. playing
Jack
basketball.
was like, what is this? And I'm like, that's what we are all wanting to know. That's what we're
One
here
of
to
the
find out.
greatest games in 70s history.
Ugh,
I don't think so, Tim.
history is bad.
Mm-hmm. No. Just no.
This is what people talk about when they say video game preservation. Talk about the Atari.
They're trying to
they're
preserve
not.
this. No, that shit can
Nobody's-
go.
We have to,
No.
We can let
save
it go. Take it
We
back
are
to the
absolutely
landfill.
not worried
Yes.
about
If-
preserving Atari.
If preservation brought this stuff out of the landfill,
Yes.
send it back.
Right.
Send
Let's
it
create a
back.
new landfill to put more of it in
Send
there.
it back.
No, you have to save the history.
No,
don't
we,
know where
we,
you
we
come
can
from
just
until you
write
get
it
to the
down
bag.
somewhere. We don't need anybody to play
No.
any of this shit. It's
You have
terrible.
to have it.
My video game worldview was better when I thought history was like Donkey Kong and Mario 3. The fact that like 800 terrible games existed before it, like, no, we're good.
Probably way more than that.
It's this, yeah, it's this, but here's the thing, but it's like, but it's
generous.
4 games.
Right.
It's just 4 games times 1,000 clones.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like Space Shooter, Brick Breaker, Man Jumper, and it's like, let's just do that in different colors, one
Man
after the
jumper
other.
over
Mhm.
crocodile.
Oh.
Man jumper over pits. Pitfall.
hmm
It's so terrible.
Just keep adding on to it. Oh, then you got Pac-Man, which has 800 different versions of it.
They just
All of them
changed.
terrible.
They just changed the block from pink
Yes.
to yellow, and it's like new game,
Yeah.
Yeah.
whole new
Let's
game,
put a,
guys.
let's put a bow on it and call it Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah, Miss
Done.
Pac-Man.
Done.
Then you got Math Man. Where
What?
you got to eat fractions. Yeah, all that. That's how
goodness.
it works.
37 different versions of Burger Time.
What a game.
Just nonsense. Absolute nonsense. But Delvin loves it all. He's here for it. You got a
Yeah,
bad
wait.
game, send it Delvin's way. He's going to
Yeah,
play
just
it and
send it
tell
my
you how
way.
great it is.
Yeah, that's what we should do. We should get reviewers to send me their terrible games.
You need to play Deadly Premonition 2.
I was gonna play that, and then you ruined
should.
it for me.
It's terrible.
We need you to play all of this stuff and either just record it and then have director's commentary and just upload it to YouTube and just have a whole segment of Delvin plays shit.
I'm really considering that. That might be a good
I
idea.
am so here for it. Just Delvin plays trash, and just you with your gameplay uploaded with you talking over it. It's like, this is what I was going through. This is what I was just please
and
do
just
that.
and then I will say where I was at mentally. That's all. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mentally, I wasn't here. I was clinically depressed, and this game didn't help with it.
You can play basketball, you can play ninja golf, and then you can finish it up with Last of Us 2. You have the remaster coming up. It's perfect timing. Kick your channel off. Trash games. World premiere.
Don't judge me, Chalfie.
Okay. All right, Donnie. All right. Let you have that one. Let you have that. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
World premiere.
World premiere.
All right. I'm just gonna talk about my week. I feel like rambling about things.
Great.
So I never grew up in a house. Like, I was in apartments pretty much my entire life. So I'm assuming both of you have power tools though, because you fixed or you built shit at some point.
Oh,
right?
I have a bunch. Yeah.
Not until I owned a house.
Okay. But you did work though. Like you grew up like manual labor, fixing things.
So
my whole life.
My jobs in middle school and high school, I worked at a lawnmower repair shop for a summer. So I knew my way around like a ratchet. And then I worked for my uncle's plumbing company for a couple of summers, and I just basically dug holes, and then I cut grass. So
I know my way around.
but not much. Like, I don't know how to use a tape measure. I can't build things. I couldn't build you a birdhouse.
But as much home improvement that you do to your house, like replacing dishwashers and stuff, like, I'm not doing that shit.
Oh, I didn't do that. We paid somebody to come do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just watch a bridge too
Yeah,
far.
that's-
That's not.
I've actually done that once. It was not
And actually,
fun.
the bridge, the dishwasher is not hard to hook up. But the reason I paid somebody is mine. That was why I took that photo. Mine is like kind of in a weirdly weird spot the way they fit it in, and it is a pain in the ass. You basically have to like snake the drain through the backside. I was like, I'm not doing that.
Delvin
let
would
somebody
have.
else
He would have used some duct tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right when I had the leak, he was like, "You got to get down there with some Flex Seal. Like, that's not going to get me through the winter." Oh my god.
So I have no power tools. I've never had to do anything like that. And
When you say
So-
power tool, what do you mean? Give me an example.
I mean,
power tool.
a fucking drill with drill
You
bits
don't have a
and
drill?
things of that. No.
Okay, I do have a drill.
Yeah, I don't have none of
I have
that.
a drill.
Spade
I
bits
have
and things of that nature.
I have
No.
a leaf blower.
I
A
have all.
lawnmower. Okay.
I have not a lawnmower. No, absolutely.
Like,
not,
I don't have a
'cause
table saw. I don't have a jigsaw. So when I think power tools, I think like I don't think of a drill.
I
I'm not
think of
thinking
all
of
of
like basics. No, I'm thinking if you go power tools, jigsaw, sawzall,
Yeah,
table
yeah.
saw, miter saw.
I'm thinking
like
all of that,
real-
not just throw the power drill in that, because I don't have any
Okay.
of that stuff.
Yeah,
I
those
don't
aren't
have
the
any of
same
that stuff because you live in an
Everybody
apartment.
should have a drill. Everybody
You
should.
need-
Even in an apartment, you should
When
have
you
a
live,
drill.
when you live in an apartment, what do you, I'm not drilling no
You may have
holes
to-
in the
you may
wall.
have
What
to
do I
hang
drill for?
something. You may have to fix a cabinet or something. Like, you need a drill. Everybody needs
Yeah.
a drill.
No. Why am I fixing a cabinet? If I live in an apartment, I'm calling somebody saying, "Hey, this is broken." and
Maybe
they come
you
out and
want to
fix it.
change the cabinet doors. Maybe you want to change the hardware.
I'm paying them to do that. I'm not
They
changing
don't
out
change,
hardware
they're
that's
not
not
change
mine.
the handles just because you want them changed.
Why would I change them? I don't own this shit. I'm not
Maybe your
changing
wife wants them to change. She thinks they look better this way. No,
Absolutely
that's not a thing in
not.
your world.
No.
That's a nice universe
No.
you have for yourself there.
Yeah,
Dad.
must
it. Yeah,
be.
they're the
Right?
handles are already there. We're not changing them. We don't own them.
The
I'm not
aesthetic,
changing
the
them out.
vibe, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we move into the apartment that has the aesthetic we're looking for.
Wow.
Like,
He's like, oh, it's
that
time to
was
move.
just-
This kitchen.
was-
time to
Bro,
move.
there was a period where we moved almost every year. It was
Oh
ridiculous.
goodness, that sounds
That sounds
miserable.
terrible.
It was. It was
Oh, that's the worst.
and it was because like jobs and stuff and things changed and we just had to move. Like it was for like a legit probably 5-6 years. We moved like almost every year. It was insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't have any of that stuff. And the day before Thanksgiving, my microwave dies. It's an over the range microwave.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh. I can call the owner because we don't own the house. We can call the owner and be like, okay, we need to get it replaced out. And she was going to give us she was like, I can get you a countertop microwave.
Yep.
It's like, oh, but this one is over the range. And my
Yep.
wife was like, we ain't got no room on this countertop. I'm like, all right, I can figure this out. I can do this.
Hang on, funny
I
thing.
can replace this.
like 3 months ago, my over the range microwave went out, and I went and got a microwave, and we set that bitch right on the counter. You know what my over the range microwave is now? Spice rack. That's where all the spices go. Just full spice cabinet. I'm not sure about your place, but my place, the over the range microwave, is huge. I watched people put it in. It is a 2-person job, and I was like, dude, F that noise.
It's
I am not
a 2-person job. So it tells you that you should do it with 2 people, but I was like, all right, I'm gonna figure this shit out. Because it should be just the 2 screws.
Sure.
Take those out. It just kind of leans down.
So
you take it off the back hook. No problem. I'm like, I can do this. My only worry was that, okay, looking at all the things, you got to mount the bracket on the back. So you got to get your stud finder and you got to put all the stuff in. I'm like, all right. I tell the owner, like, hey, I can probably just, if you get one over the range, I can probably put it up. No problem. Knowing damn well I don't have any of these tools, but my next door neighbor does, because he does this stuff all the time. I just borrow from him and figure this shit out. But I make sure to give her the model number that is like the replacement for the one that's there. And I'm like, prayerfully, if I'm lucky, I won't have to replace the actual mounting. It already has the same one. So luckily enough, I got it out. It took me forever because the hood vent had all this kind of duct tape and sealant and shit that would not let this thing come down after I took out the 2 screws. Once I was able to peel all that off, which is a pain in the ass, I was able to take the microwave down, take it off the wall. All right, cool. And everything lined up perfectly. And I was able to get the other one on there with a little bit of help from my daughter. And I actually got that thing installed and didn't have to use any tools. I was very, very happy.
Gotcha.
Good job.
Good job, dadding.
Because all the leftovers from Thanksgiving, like the day before Thanksgiving, I was like, how are we going to heat anything up? This is going to be a pain.
I'd be interested in seeing it because we redid our kitchen a few years ago. I watched 2 grown man contractors put that microwave in. I don't think I could hold it and put it in. Like, it's too heavy. Like, it's heavy just to even carry. I remember when we got it out of the box, like it was almost a 2-person lift job just holding it. So it was cumbersome. It wasn't terribly heavy, but it was very cumbersome. So I'm talking 50, 60 pounds.
This is
probably heavier than a bag of concrete.
Like I picked up a bag of concrete.
So it must be. Yeah, I think mine might be a little bit bigger than yours.
Maybe.
Yeah. Just have to figure
Mine's
out
huge. Mine is big, man. Yeah. We can legit use it like as a cabinet. That's how big it is. Like, it's legit cabinet space.
But yeah,
we took everything we had in one cabinet and just put it in the microwave.
Jeez.
There's something I want to say, but I'm not going to say it because we're on PSVG. I will say it offline.
Say it with your chest.
No, say it with your chest. Come on.
Nope. Dev knows what I'm going to say.
I don't
actually. Flex Seal?
No, that is some N-word shit if I ever heard something in my life. Just grab shit and put it in the goddamn microwave. That is some good times.
You see where I come from? You see where I come from? I looked at that problem and I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely. We're not doing this. We can get a microwave for $50.
Shit.
Absolutely.
That bitch is a spice rack.
And I show everybody that comes over, yo, get the barbecue spice right there, microwave. Yeah. Open door.
Yeah.
It's got light.
I mean, that's a great usage. That's perfect use. You know what? Especially if you can get the shelf in there too. You get a shelf in there, you can separate everything out. It's genius. 100%. You just reuse it.
I like it.
I mean, zero shame. You'll see no shame in my heart. I was like, nope. I showed my father-in-law. He was like, dude, those things were a pain in the ass. I was like, I know, right?
Yeah, they are. They are.
If you've ever changed one, you know, it's like, nope, never mind. We're not doing that.
I have. It's not fun.
I told my wife, I was like, one day, maybe when the kids leave, we'll change it.
But yeah, so I got that done. Now we can
not
warm up
this
our
day.
food. It's fun.
Nice. Look at you.
Good.
Yeah.
You accomplished something. That's great.
I did. And then I played a lot of Cyberpunk and beat Phantom Liberty. And y'all need to play that. That shit is amazing.
I gotta get back to it.
Oh my God. Just the places the game goes, and it's one of those things where there's just no good ending. Like, no matter how you slice it, you're just like, but. And the fact that it's like if you're playing it to where you're playing this stuff in the middle of the game when it is supposed to actually happen, it makes it even better because now you still have the rest of this game to play out where you just went through this whole emotional turmoil with these characters and everything that's going on. And goddamn, I love this game. Cyberpunk is just chef's kiss. I love it. I love it. It's definitely top 10 all time for me. That's how good this game is.
Awesome.
I'm happy you've seen the light.
What a turnaround.
Itching to get back. Yeah, man. They fixed all the problems that I had with this game. I'm way too powerful though. That's the one thing I can't say. There is no challenge to this game at this point. Like everything is just one hitter quitter. It's so easy.
Just taking names.
Yeah, basically. They don't even see me coming. I have the ability where I can actually like Netrunner, where I'll infect one person and it just kills an entire floor.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
Nice.
Or I just go in with the sniper, not a sniper, but just a handgun with a silencer and treat it like a sniper and just shoot fools from all the way across the room. It's ridiculous. But yeah, the story, the gameplay, the characters, everything about this game is just fantastic. And I can't wait to get back to it and actually finish the rest of the story. So that's been my week. Donnie, what the hell you been up to?
I'll try to keep it brief. I was going to do a quick smoke test here, but I'll try to keep it somewhat brief. I played Wildcard Football. That is the football game from Saber Interactive that had like Colin Kaepernick
of course
on the cover and everything.
It's like $10.
It was on sale, and I gave it a try. It's fun. I like it a lot. I think it's a great portable football game option, especially for folks with like Steam Decks and Allies and things like that. Particularly because it's really lightweight. It's only like 4 gigs. So you don't have to like download all of Madden if you just want to play Madden like on the go. You can just grab this game. It is fun to play. But it's also like, I think it's just pretty bare.
I was going to ask you, since you played it, does it play like more arcadey, like a
yeah,
Blitz,
it plays like Blitz.
Like that?
It's exactly it plays like
that's exactly what I wanted.
It plays like Blitz. It's funny on defense. Like the defense reminds me of NBA Jam.
Yeah.
Like defenders can like block shots, like they like way up in the air and like block passes. You know, so it's kind of like NBA Jam like that. And they have like tackle animations where they'll like suplex people and stuff. So it's kind of like Blitz. It's not Blitz, but it's kind of like Blitz, a little Blitz. But it's more Blitz than Madden for sure. That's the best way of thinking about it. It has cards that you play, like that's why it's called Wild Card Football. So essentially you play football and you like pick your play, and then you have like these wild cards that give you, some special ability. You make the other team slower, make yourself faster, give you more strength, whatever. And it actually adds quite a bit of strategy because you have to use like, I don't want to call it mana or whatever. You only have like so much power that you can use per card or like per play for cards, and cards have a certain amount of cost. So there is like this paper, rock, scissors, like I can play a card, but if you play the card, then I can play this card, and you can kind of like cancel each other out and stuff. So there's a strategy to it that I think if you're playing online or doing multiplayer, it might be pretty fun. But if all of that, you're like, I don't want any of it, I just want to play football, you can just turn them off. So you don't have to play with them at all. You can be like, I never want to see cards again. You just turn it off and just play football. And it's fun. The teams are all based off the quarterback. So you've got like the Joe Burrow club and you've got like the Watson club and stuff like that. And then there are other players on the team that are also like on those teams. So like they are like NFL team adjacent. Mm-hmm. So like the Watson team is like the Browns, like Nick Chubb is on it and the receivers are on it, but they're not the Browns like in color scheme or logo. So it's a little off, but a little weird. It's just a shame that they just didn't have the NFL license too. Like just make them the Browns. It's not the Browns. It's like Team Watson, and they're like yellow and brown, but they're the Browns. But
so they have
the Browns.
They have the Players Association license, but not the NFL license. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't go as far as saying like I recommend it. I think it's a decent game if you can get it on the cheap, and if you're really into football, there's like some fun to be had. It's just like there's not a whole lot more to it than that. It just kind of is the exit. Like there's a season mode, but it's not like what you would expect from like a full blown. Like I think Retro Bowl is way better. Like Captain Awesome's in the chat, and he's like, "You created an addict when you suggested Retro Bowl." This game's got nothing on Retro Bowl. Retro Bowl's incredible, but it's better than like Football Heroes Turbo, which I liked a lot on Switch. I think this game is better than that. So, Wildcard Football. I'm playing my ally a shit ton. and I have been for weeks. And I'm not exactly sure why. It's suddenly just been like, I've always played it. I've never not played it, but like for whatever reason, it's like all I kind of want to play it on. And I've been playing just game after game after game, either watching football, watching basketball, on the couch with my wife. I just kind of had my ally in my hands constantly. I think a big part that's helped me is I got this new power bank, which I talked about on a couple podcasts. And this power bank just lets my ally have like 3-4 hours of battery life. So it just made it a lot more convenient to just play like on the go. So I kind of just keep carrying it around and playing it. I've come across this game that I'm enamored with, that I love, that I would love everybody to play, called El Paso Elsewhere. It's Max Payne. Like if you like Max Payne 1 and 2, you're going to love El Paso Elsewhere. But it's like Max Payne, but like Hotline Miami.
Okay.
Where you're going to get these little noir cutscenes. So the whole story is this guy's ex-girlfriend is Dracula. Her name is Draculi. And she's going to destroy the world or whatever. And it has like these like neon flavored like kind of aesthetic. And the guy that you're playing as, he does the Max Payne thing. And he's like, she broke into my heart. And then she decided to break the world. And now I have to break her face. And you like go into a level, and then you just start, and it's got bullet time, and you just go through this level just shooting everything that moves and blowing everything to pieces. The levels themselves are pretty repetitive. You're just going to be kind of thrown in like this mindscape neon world of like this labyrinth of rooms and hallways that you clear out. You have to like save hostages and stuff. You get upgrade guns. Use bullet time to clear the stuff, but it's like Hotline Miami. You go through, and then if you die, then you kind of rinse and repeat and just kind of keep running it. I'm through about 20 levels or so. I don't know how many there are. It seems like it's a pretty lengthy game. I played it for a few hours. But the thing that keeps you playing is not only is it fun to just play. I mean, it's just Max Payne. Who doesn't want to just play Max Payne? It's fun. You shoot shit. You bullet time. You get to be Neo. You go in slow time. You like do the Matrix shit. You jump sideways, blow the shit out of things. But it's the cutscenes. The voice acting is way too good to be an unknown, nobody's ever heard of it indie game. The voice acting is incredible. Like the story isn't all that amazing, but the voice acting sells it. Like you're into it because the voice acting is so good. It's definitely got like a Pulp Fiction kind of vibe, like with their cutscenes and like kind of how they're trying to set it up and all that. It's kind of got that 90s thing going. I love it. It's not an amazing game, but I love it. It is. I bought it on the Steam sale because it's been on my wish list for a while. I started playing it, and after 2 hours, I was like, "This game is incredible. I love it." And then somebody asked me if I had any recommendations. I was like, "Yeah, the most Donnie game of the year, El Paso Elsewhere. This is my shit. This is definitely straight down my alley." So I've been playing that a lot on the Ally when I've not been playing other things, which I have been playing other things as well. But we have another show next week, and we've already like an hour into the show, so I'll figure I'll just end it there. I love El Paso Elsewhere. I'm lukewarm on Wildcard Football. I'm still playing Dead Island 2. I played a little bit of it today as well. And it continues to be incredible and longer, and the story is getting better. So I'm still digging it.
Nice.
And that's that. We can move on.
All right. Well, Daddy, it's time for the news.
Nobody's sleeping in the middle of the bed. The middle of the bed is only where you do the business. But when everybody's ready to sleep, it's the side of the bed that can't be beat. It's the middle of the bed where lovers meet. But when it comes time to slumber, it's the edges. Ooh, 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 the edges.
Love it.
I was going to change it.
No.
I was going to change it. And then I was like, we have 2 episodes to the end of the year. I think we're just going to run it back. Just keep it going. So I'm going to keep it going. Delvin, I'm not sure if you saw this, but RavenFed says, "This is hilarious. I'm late, but the ad showing on the podcast is Avatar Frontiers of Pandora."
Can I sue them? I didn't ask for this.
I messaged him some Avatar stuff on Twitter today, just cause. I was giggling my ass off. Like
okay, so we talked about this last week before you guys abandoned me, and I was thinking of this. So I'm all into this, like, let's tease Delvin to play Avatar. And every time I think of Avatar, I think of like this first person, like run through the jungle Far Cry stuff. And then I actually went and saw like cutscenes of the Avatar people, and I was like, I don't want to play this either.
See?
This is
See?
terrible.
Now you see my point. It's fucking awful.
Every time I see the people, I'm like, oh god, this is bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which only makes me want to troll Delvin more.
Kind of, yeah. Like I'm really torn on this one.
Yeah. You have to hurt your integrity to play it and cheer for this game. It's a catch-22.
As I've been doing the
Integrity.
last few months or so that we do the news segment, I usually like try to highlight the games that are coming out, or at least the game highlights that I think are coming out for the next month. So December is like upon us. So this will be the December games out tomorrow. I think it's the last day of November, right? Turok 3 Remastered comes out tomorrow. Honestly, I think this should be called a remake. Code and like reviews for this game dropped weeks ago. The amount of work that they've put into this game is incredible. Like it's way more than like an upres of like Turok 1 and 2. And if you don't know why, it's basically because Turok 3 was like unplayable when it released in the day. So like this thing has been like from the ground up, like almost redone.
Like, we fixed it.
Yeah. This is exactly.
That's kind of cool.
It's very cool, and I'm very excited to play it. So December 1st, we have the Batman Arkham Trilogy on Switch, which now has the emo Batman suit as a timed exclusive. You can play as the Batman.
Yes, Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, the new Batman suit.
That suit's different.
Yeah,
just yeah. Anyway.
Still, it's still a black Batman suit. What's different about it? Wears eye makeup. Oh god,
that's what he calls himself.
Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince also releases the same day on Switch. Steam World Build releases the same day on everything. Cyberpunk 2077's Ultimate Edition is out December 5th.
That's cool.
The other highlight for me this month is the Highland Song, which we talked about on Shaq. That comes out December 5th. I think that's a Switch exclusive. Dev's favorite game, Sonic Dream Team, hits iOS devices that day on Apple Arcade.
Fuck you, iOS. Suck a dick.
The Lord of the Rings Return to Moria comes to PlayStation on December 5th.
That's unfortunate.
For my non-PC brethren, you can play that on your PlayStation 5s.
Don't do it.
You can play it with your PlayStation Access controller if you buy one of those on December 6th, because that's when that thing releases. Anybody gonna get one of those?
They look cool as shit.
It does look cool.
It looks cool as shit.
Like damn kaleidoscope. Like what is going on? Yeah.
You gonna put it on the wall? What are you gonna do with it?
It's like the Atari. It's just gonna sit there.
Yeah, probably.
Leave it for somebody who
you
actually
should try to hook it up to the Atari and see if you can play the Atari with the PlayStation All Access controller.
That's a good point.
Yeah, see?
Now you
gotta think outside the box.
No, it's not.
Delvin, you can dust off that PlayStation VR 2 that you bought and play Arizona Sunshine 2 on the 7th.
That looks fun. I'm not gonna play it.
When is the last time you played PlayStation VR?
When's the last time I talked about PlayStation
Oh,
VR?
no.
It was the first time we played it. That was the last time.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Probably the last time.
The Outer Wilds comes to Switch on December 7th. The day before, if you believe them.
I don't believe this.
Supposed to release on the 7th. They're supposed to do something where people can play that game. A Lego Brick Tales comes to VR on December 7th, Delvin.
What the hell is a Lego Brick Tales?
Yeah, that's a good question. Terminator Dark Fate, Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. Those both come out on the 7th. Then a cool RTS strategy tactics game, not RTS, strategy tactics game, Stargate Timekeeper, based on the Stargate universe, comes out on the 12th.
Terminator Dark Fate.
Yeah.
Like the movie?
Stargate.
No, but
no. He's still thinking about Terminator. You said Terminator. And he just you know,
like the movie that came out like 3 years ago. No, longer than that actually. That's weird. They're releasing I guess shit.
Is it?
Is it?
Is it that weird?
I don't think it's that weird at all.
Terminator and RoboCop are timeless. You can always just keep releasing dumb stuff from that. People.
Yeah, but Dark Fate was like a movie that came out like several years ago.
And RoboCop came out in the 80s.
It takes several years to make
and
a
they
game.
just made a game.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
No, like
it is.
Terminator Dark Fate game.
Oh, goodness gracious. We lost him. Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising comes to PlayStation and PC on December 14th.
I have no clue what that is.
It's a lot.
It's a Garrett special.
The Indigo Disc DLC for Pokemon comes out on the 14th.
What?
And then at some point this month, probably we'll find out during the Game Awards. Baldur's Gate 3 should drop for Xbox consoles.
Yes.
And that's your December kind of run up of highlights. Are you guys going to get any of this stuff?
Hell no.
Nothing?
Probably
There's
Terminator.
nothing on this entire list?
I will probably
Absolutely
get Terminator.
not.
I love Terminator.
Stop lying, Delvin. You're gonna get half this fucking list.
No, Terminator, I would get. What else?
I'm getting a Highland song. I'm getting Turok. And I will play Sonic Dream Team. And who knows about Avatar?
I will get
Maybe.
the Arkham trilogy for the box.
I was getting ready to say you're getting the Arkham trilogy. Let's stop playing. You're
That's
probably
insane.
also gonna get Turok remastered. Let's
There's
just
no
be
way
real.
that plays really well on Switch.
I know it doesn't. I just want the box.
I got you.
I'm buying it for the box. It's just to sit
I
on my
know.
shelf like,
I've been
Yeah, I
there.
got
I
it.
get it.
I think I might.
See, here's
try
the
to fill
thing.
out.
Here's what I started telling myself. You're not buying it for the box. You're buying it for Switch 2. You're hoping
Yeah.
Switch 2 is backwards compatible and you just play it then.
Yeah, there you go.
You're future proofing. You're making a bet in the future. All right. PlayStation Plus Essential games were announced. You're getting Lego 2K Drive, which if you're getting it for free, I 100% recommend. This shit is fun as hell.
I almost bought it. I'm glad I didn't.
I'm glad you didn't. And Power Wash Simulator, which reminds me, speaking of PlayStation Plus, I got PlayStation
one
Plus
more
on my
game.
Ally. I'm sorry?
So there was one more game, wasn't there?
Oh, I just wrote down the 2. Is there another one? Is it
It
3?
was fun.
Yeah, there's always 3.
Oh, I didn't even
Third
read
one.
that long.
Third one doesn't
Didn't even
matter,
go
Bob.
that far. I was like, oh, that's it. Oh, well, somebody plays it XP. Where am I at? You're my subject matter expert. What's the other game?
I don't know.
Damn it.
I
It
Damn.
is
No,
called
cool.
Sable. It's called Sable.
Oh, Sable's a good game. You guys should
Oh,
play it. It's
Sable.
awesome.
No, I
WWE.
won't.
Not that Sable.
Oh, well, that's disappointing. Then. I don't want to play that shit.
You should play
No
it. I
puppies.
like Sable a lot. Sable is fun. It's like it's Zelda
Mark
esque,
Lesnar
but like
likes it a lot, too.
but with zero combat. So, I don't think that's for everyone.
Hell no.
Right? Yeah. It's kind of like adventure simulator. Like you just kind of like drive and climb around on things. But I got
Ray,
PlayStation.
I'm in.
I got PlayStation Plus on the Ally. I forgot that there's like the PlayStation Plus for PC app, right? And PlayStation Plus has the upgrade or the discount on the premium, the essential. What's it called? What's the top tier?
It's premium.
Is it
Premium.
premium. So I was able to upgrade my PlayStation Plus to premium for the rest of my duration. It ends in May for like $17 is what I paid for the difference. And I was like, I'll pay $17 just to test this out. And the reason I did this is on the last couple episodes of Shaq, Delvin and I have been talking to Rebecca about wanting to stream PlayStation. She wants to stream PlayStation games, but not from her PlayStation.
Yeah.
She wants to stream them from the cloud. And I was like, I was just thinking to myself, I was like, you can do that on PC. And like, I know you can. You just need the premium tier. So I downloaded a PlayStation app on my Ally, 100% expecting it not to work at all. Like not not sync controls, not see anything. The hell if it doesn't work, it works instantly. Like out of the box, all the controls work. It works just fine. And it plays well. The streaming was good. I played it for like a day and a half. I played Infamous. I played Uncharted. I was just zipping through games. I was like, the hell if this doesn't work pretty well? Like this
It's
is
a portal killer.
So here's the thing. I posted to Reddit. I was like, I don't know if it, because I've never seen anybody I've never seen a video or anybody say to do it, right? So because I've always seen it's like there's like the Chai Kai or whatever that the Steam Deck kids are using to do remote play. So I posted to Reddit. And I was like, does anybody like just FYI, if nobody knows, you can do this. And I took some pictures. And then I had people that are like, is this remote play? I'm like, this not remote. This is a cloud. Like you're just streaming from PlayStation servers. It's not no PS5 required. You can't even play PS5 games because PS5 streaming is only remote play. Like it's locked down. There's nothing on the cloud. And people are like, does the controls work? The controls don't work. And what it is when you open the app, PlayStation Plus app, nothing works like right when you open it. There's a little button in the taskbar at the top to put the app in controller mode. And then you can use a controller to navigate everything. And then it works. I was like, oh, you just got to press this button and that's it. And now you can play all these PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation 4 games if you have that high tier. I'm not recommending it. I'm not going to keep this tier. It was $17. I was like, let's get something out of this PlayStation Plus subscription I use. But I'm not going to lie to you. if they ever open it up to PlayStation 5 games and or ever put a game in there that I was interested in, and there are a couple that are already in there that I want to play before May rolls around, I could see myself subscribing for a month because the streaming was infinitely better than anything I ever experienced on PlayStation Now, however many years ago the last time it was that I tried it. I can't remember, 3, 4, 5 years ago. It's a lot better now. So it was a neat little thing that I kind of fell across because we've been going back and forth, Rebecca, about the Portal versus the Steam Deck and everything. And I legit, Delvin knows because I sent it in the DM. I was like, not me playing PlayStation games from the cloud of my house.
Yeah.
Just like, where are you doing this?
And that's what she wanted to do too.
Yeah, that was all she really wanted. That was the whole thing, is what she wanted to do. And I was like, yeah, it's just, you just download the app. It's the whole thing right here. Just do it. Last of Us, like all the games are there. Infamous. You can't do touchpad though. Right. So that's a problem with Infamous. There's no way of doing the touchpad on the Ally. So.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah.
There has to be a way to remap that.
Mileage will vary. I've seen there are some PC tricks to do that. Like people have gone that far, but I'm not messing with it. I'm just not going to play it. If I wanted to play Infamous, I'd go boot up my PlayStation 4 and play Infamous.
I mean, that's the worst Infamous game anyway. So just
Just
play
the
the
older
previous
ones.
ones.
Yeah.
Play Infamous 1 and 2. Go ahead and skip the other.
I can't, you know what? And not that anybody cares. I can't stream Hot Shots. Like, I know the latency of that game like the back of my hand. I feel like I play a game blindfolded and it's off. Like I can zip our camera around and Uncharted and whatnot and play it, but definitely not with Hot Shots. I'm like, nope, can't do it. So,
makes sense.
Anyway, I thought this was a fun news story. The ESA funded a survey of 500 kids. So it's a small sample. It's not by any means the rule of the land, but I thought it was interesting. So the ESA paid this company to run a survey of 500 kids, gauging their interest in products for Christmas to see how video games stacked up. 72% of the 500 kids surveyed, and they were all aged between 10 and 17, said that they have asked for video game related gifts for Christmas. That 72% ranked higher than money, gift cards, clothes, technology, toys, tickets, or events. More kids ask for video game things than money. Like the gift card, than anything else. It was the sole number one thing on everybody's wish list. Of the 72% that said that they were asking for video game related items, the majority of them, the number one list item on their list, subscription services.
Huh?
Isn't that interesting? Am I the only one who finds that? Like, I found that really interesting. It was like
tracks.
Here's
makes perfect sense.
In order from most wanted to least wanted: subscription services, consoles, accessories, in-game currency, which I just read as Fortnite money. It's like V-Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Dead last, physical video games.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I have kids in that age range. So, like, that's what they're asking for. That makes sense.
My kids didn't ask for it. I mean, Jack didn't. Your kid's asking for Game Pass?
My kid, yeah. They asked for Robux. Robux money. Robux, and all of her friends are playing Fortnite. So they're asking for currency and stuff.
I would expect the currency to be more, but like subscription services, like, and I guess I do get it. Like if I was 13, I'd be asking for Game Pass. Like I've said it 1,000%.
That's probably what they're asking for.
Yeah, like the biggest young me that had to scrape and trade and scrounge to get a game, I would have killed for Game Pass. Like Game Pass seems like a dream to me when I was 15. You know?
And then probably add to it that, a lot of kids who like have grandparents and stuff like that. It's a lot easier to tell them, hey, just get me a Game Pass card than anything else. Because it's right there at Walgreens. It's right there, so you can't mess that up. Just go grab the card that says Game Pass.
Whatever.
Or Nintendo Switch Online.
PlayStation
I
Plus.
say Nintendo Switch Online, because none of my kids' friends have Xbox. They all have PlayStations and Switches.
Yeah, my Jack and his friend group, they all have Xboxes and Switches. And then I'm not surprised that physical video games are last, but I think it just kind of reiterates, having like any sort of survey, like the priority that physical game sales have. It's not just like a us thing, like it's just waning off across the industry. And I think it's
how many kids go to the store? and actually
nobody-
see
I was
games.
gonna
It's
say,
like,
I think this is
yeah.
by design. Like these consoles have really pushed the digital convenience.
Mhm.
Like, I know people don't want to hear it, but like it is happening. Like it's the reality of the situation.
My daughter wanted to play Pokemon on the Switch and didn't know how to take out the game cartridge because the Mario Kart cartridge was in there, and she had to take that out to put in the and she didn't know how. She was like, "How do I get this out?" I'm like, "You just gotta press down it," because the vast majority of the games are digital. They just go and start the game. They're not used to discs or cartridges or anything.
Makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. But anyway, interesting. Some quick headlines. Ubisoft has confirmed plans for Beyond Good and Evil, the 20th anniversary edition that began to leak yesterday. So yesterday we started seeing store listings for the Beyond Good and Evil game that's been in the room. We've talked about on the show before that there were rumors that they were doing something with this. Well, we know what it is. It's the 20th anniversary edition. And apparently this has come out early. I expect a full presentation probably at the Game Awards. But they did say that it'll launch in 2024. The store listings say it'll be in 4K, probably run at higher frame rates, whatever. But yeah, they're going to re-release Beyond Good and Evil
Again, for the third time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You'll get this.
Can we
record,
just
yeah.
get 2? Like, stop it. Just give us 2. Stop this nonsense.
Yeah, no, 2 doesn't exist.
Beyond
I don't think it's
Good and
ever
Evil
coming out. I don't think it's ever coming out.
Is the Lauryn Hill
The-
of video games.
Ooh.
You're gonna get one hit, and you're gonna keep asking for the next one. She's gonna be like, "Nah."
Then show up
Nah.
late to concerts
Show
and
up
be like,
late.
you know what? I'm just gonna cancel the whole thing and we're good.
Yeah, just gonna
Don't need to be
cancel
here.
it. You're gonna keep
You don't
trying to-
deserve it.
You know, yeah,
Right.
exactly. You don't deserve it.
The crazy thing is that the Beyond Good and Evil Twitter is still Beyond Good and Evil 2. And they're promoting from that Twitter the 20th anniversary. I'm like, you sons of bitches.
I know they're going to keep leading people on, but like I just don't think the game ever comes out. I think it just fades
Yeah.
away. And if
Yeah.
it does, it'll probably be like a shell of what it was supposed to be.
I was gonna say that.
Like,
I
they'll just
think
be
they're
doing
gonna-
it just to get it off the, just to get it off the plate.
I think they're gonna change that game.
Yeah.
Completely to a whole new game.
Should be.
We don't know what the
original.
original game was going to be in the first place, so we wouldn't even know that they
I'm
changed
telling
it.
you, it should be a platformer with Rayman by the end of it.
Exactly. Some shit like that.
just like moving
Yeah.
along. The Division Heartland has been rated in Taiwan for release. It's its first rating for release, sparking that a release announcement could be soon. If only there was an event where video game announcements were going to be made soon.
If
This is that mobile thing, right?
No, I played on PC.
Oh,
This is
thought it
like
was
their,
mobile again.
this is like their, I'm not going to say free to play, but yeah, it's their free to play live service Division game.
Okay.
So like the Division Fortnite thing,
Yawn.
Yeah. I tried it. I was in the alpha. I played it. And what did I come here and tell you? I'm not into the Division. I want to be. I want to love the Division. I just don't.
Why
So-
do you want to love the
I
Division?
don't know the setting. It's the cool. Like, I think it looks cool. I'm like, I want to do this. And then I get in there and it's like, here's your season, your battle pass. I'm like, I hate all of it. I just hate it. I hate it here. I want to go home. Just make a game. I hate
Yeah.
these things. Why does everybody keep making these things?
They can't. They got to make money off you. They have to
God.
make it so that there's
Just
a
make a
constant
cool
stream
end
of
of the
money.
world shooter. That always makes money. It's a popular thing. Just do that.
Those don't sell enough. There's nothing to keep them
God.
buying. It costs
I
too
hate
much to make.
I hate it. They're like, go back to your base and talk to these 8 people and upgrade your gear. If you give us a little money, I'm like, somebody bring Homefront back. I just want Homefront. Bring Homefront.
Homefront died because there's no constant revenue stream.
Oh
so
God, I
you
hate
can't
it
have
so
that.
much. I hate it so much.
Bring home foot back, but good.
You and me both.
I'll take bad Homefront over that. It doesn't have to be that good. Mediocre Homefront. I'm not asking
So
for much.
just Homefront.
Embracer, help me.
They can't. They
Help
need that
me.
Saudi money. This is
Help
why they
you.
have to make games and make more money.
Give it to Saber.
Sabre.
Wild card football and shit. And thanks to the autumn sale, Red Dead Redemption 2 set an all-time concurrent player peak on Steam this weekend.
I can't wait to hear people complain
So?
about that game like you did. They're gonna find out the harsh reality. Why does the horse move so slow? Why does he move so slow? I use a molasses.
Dragon's Dogma 2 releases March 21st. It'll be Capcom's first $70 release.
That's the one they chose to go $70 with?
Yep.
It's because they know they can get all that money from these RPG people.
Garrett is excited. He's talking about in the Discord.
RPG people, man, they're here for it. They'll give you.
Any of you guys watch the trailer or any of the gameplay?
Nope. I saw you posted. I was like, I'm not watching that shit.
I watched a little bit of the stream, and I'm not saying it looked bad, but I wasn't overly impressed. And Garrett comes in, he's like, "It looks amazing." I was like, "Does it? What does it? What about it does?"
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it. I'm probably not into. I tried Dragon's Dogma, and I wasn't that into it. So it probably
hope y'all buy it
more
this
of that than
time.
anything else.
That's all.
We'll see. Sony has partnered with Korean MMO giant NCSoft. I guess they're partnering. Are they making a Horizon MMO together? Is that confirmed?
That's the word on the streets. Delvin,
I believe there was a confirmation that NCSoft was working on MMO for Sony,
like
and then Sony said they're making a Horizon MMO. So.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't want that.
Yeah, same thing, right?
I don't understand why anybody would. Like, I don't. What do you want to go be a tribes person?
Is it like Monster Hunter but Horizon?
No, because in MMO, like there's two different things. There's the MMO, and then there's like the Monster Hunter thing. And I don't even understand why you want either or. Like, if I played Horizon, it is huge, but like, Aloy is like the apex Monster Hunter. Why would I want to play anything that's not her? Like, why would I want to be weaker?
Yeah, you get to be
no. If I don't have Aloy's abilities, no, thank you. Like,
you just build up
what it's like.
Dev's abilities.
Yeah.
Then it
I'm not trying to sell you on it. I'm just telling you that dismissing it in the way you are, I think is just like there are a lot of people. Monster Hunter is very popular.
Yes, it is.
Like if there was an online server where people can go and hunt robot T-Rexes together, I think there's a lot of people that want to do that. That could be really popular.
Such a waste of fucking time.
We're never going to play it.
No,
I'm not playing that.
Waste.
But I think there's a lot of people that would.
Probably.
Those people should not be allowed to play video games. You should be fucking stripped of your.
And if it had like some sort of story where like Aloy like did a cameo, like two people are going to play the shit out of that.
Oh God.
She shows up to begin like a damn Disney World ride.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Horizon. Never see that motherfucker again.
Let me show you how to throw your spear. Now it's up to you to complete the journey. Yeah,
let me show you why you suck and you can't be me. You need a team of 4 people to take down this T-Rex that I can kill on my own.
She's like, well, best of luck.
She takes down a T-Rex all by herself, and she's like, now go get 3 of your friends, and maybe you can do this too.
Y'all are sitting there with like some rocks and a wood stick, like this bitch. Are those robotic velociraptors? Come back.
Yeah, I just don't understand the reasoning behind it.
Like, I would love some realism, like in Horizon. Somebody throws a spear, the shit just bounce off. They're like, we're made of like titanium, right? Like we're going to rip you to pieces.
Yeah.
Humans wouldn't stand a chance. Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
We're so fucked.
I could see like a survival MMO before Horizon, like when shit initially hit the fan.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
That could make way more sense to me. But like post Horizon or after I just why?
We talked about Rockstar, right? And they're splitting off, and we talked about last week in GTA 6 and Laszlo and all that. So Dan Houser's new studio, Absurd Ventures, it's been confirmed that Laszlo Jones and Michael Unsworth are now working with him over there. So please be excited. Now they announced the things they're working on like soon. Don't get too excited. They're working on a visual like narrative comic, and they're working on a podcast series. So, no game yet, but it looks like they're kind of building staff.
No, that shit. They could have kept that to themselves.
They have a 12 episode podcast, Delvin.
No, thank you.
You get a partner with them, man, the Delvin Cox Podcast Network. Like Dan Houser, we can help you out.
Someone once told me when I said that about a long time ago, the Delvin Cox Podcast. Like, no, you have a podcast work. It's called PSVG. Like, yes, I do.
It's true. It's true. You are on.
Facts.
All the
And he-
shows.
And he was right.
In Dev's favorite news story of the week, the Grand Theft Auto trilogy, the definitive edition, is coming to Netflix Games December 14th. So
Will
if
it
you
work?
have a Netflix account, you get to play these games for free on your phone in 2
That is-
weeks.
The absolute worst way to do anything.
Here's the funny thing. I kind of think that they'll run better. I bet they run
They
better
might
on
do.
your fucking phone than they do on console.
They might do.
Because the Grove Street people, they made the console the phone ports of the first time, and they ran great. So I don't think they're doing with Grove Street anymore. I think they shut down or whatever. They broke ties with those guys.
Who knows?
I've been playing Grand Theft
Oof.
Auto on the Ally, and the crazy thing that I was going to save to next week, but I'll go ahead and tell you now, is I'm just surprised at how well it runs on my Ally. Because it doesn't run that well on my console, on my Switch, or my PC. And I've tried it on a various amounts of settings. I've played Grand Theft Auto, the definitive edition, on my PC at 1080 on low settings, and I still have FPS dips all over the damn place. And I play my Ally, it was almost rock solid 60. I'm like, make it make sense. This doesn't make any sense. But it
PC
runs
experience for you.
it runs like a champ. No DLSS, no nothing. It just runs great. Like it dips to like 55, like 50. But it runs. It's a totally playable experience. And then I get on my PC and I'm like, this isn't so bad. And it dips to like 32. And I'm like, what happened? Why is it all falling apart?
It's so ridiculous.
Play it
Yeah,
on your phone.
I'm interested. I will be playing on my phone. I got
And
the
you will be
backbone and
too.
everything. Yeah, I'll be there. I mean, dude, it's free GTA. You're getting Grand Theft Auto games for free.
I have
It's
those games
insane.
still. They're
Yeah.
still sitting over there, and if I really wanted to
Now
play
you can
them,
have
I
them on your
could.
phone if you need them.
Yeah.
Absolutely the fuck not.
You can do what the portal
You
can.
couldn't pay me to put them on my phone.
See, that's just a hater.
I am.
I keep
this
trying to
mobile
tell
shit the fuck
people
outta here.
to this Netflix thing isn't to be taken lightly, and here they're showing up with the damn Grand Theft Auto games. I'm like,
Fuck
Yeah.
you, Netflix.
they're trying to do something. Keep saying that. Keep saying that until they're the thing. Keep
They're
saying it until
never
they buy
gonna-
one of your favorite games.
They can be the thing. I'm still not going to support them for anything other than television shows.
Okay.
I'm not playing any fucking
such
games
a
on
weird,
Netflix.
what a weird fucking line to draw in the sand.
I'm
Dev's like,
fine with
look,
that.
look, I'm gonna subscribe, and you're gonna get my money, but I'm not playing any of these damn video games you're giving me for free. What a
That's
weird
wild
fucking
draw.
thing to say, Dev.
Absolutely
It
the
makes
fuck
no
not.
fucking sense on any level at all.
It doesn't have to make sense to anybody but me. I don't care what you people think. I make my own goddamn rules.
you
This is
mean?
my own world.
You people,
You people. You fucking handheld gamers.
What do you mean?
Nonsense.
yes, Dev, yes, handhelds all around, everywhere,
It's
all
fucking
of them.
awful. It's awful.
so many,
Awful.
fantastic. You need to get with the program.
Absolutely the fuck not.
The Xbox Game Pass app now has a handheld mode where essentially they just shrink like the icons on the left hand side. But I can tell you, at least on the Ally, before navigating with the controls was always kind of a mess because like the menus, as I understand, like the UI design, they're in like separate places. You have like the center menu, the right hand menu, and the left hand menu. It now actually is like very smooth. You can hop back and forth. It works like you would expect it to work. So it's a nice improvement. It's not what we want it to be. It's not the UI it should have, but it's better, which is nice. Very nice. And that's it for the news. Dev, can you do the Rude Day segment?
Sure. This is going to be the last over unders for the year. This is the Game Awards edition. Over or under 1.5 Xbox Game Studios trailers shown at the Game Awards, not including Bethesda or Activision games.
I love we just get to just dismiss them, like, not
that's-
including these studios they bought.
That are now Microsoft Studios.
Next, I'd be like, how many PlayStation games are there going to be, not including Bungie or Naughty Dog? What are we doing?
So are we going to see 1.5 Xbox trailers over or
What's
under?
a
And
half
again,
Xbox trailer?
I mean, he's just giving you a point scale. So either, I don't know how you do 1.5. So basically, if there's 2 trailers shown, you lost. If there's 1 shown, you win. So over or under 1 or 2 trailers being shown. And again, not Bethesda, not Activision. Although I have no idea what either one of them would be showing.
I think
Hellblade's one.
Hellblade should show up here. Now, here's the thing. I'm starting to think maybe that's not the case because I'm thinking they may just tie their wagon to Baldur's Gate. Right? Like maybe they're like
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate now is out now on Xbox and it's in Game Pass. That's a huge announcement and it's like that's it. We did it. And if they do that, then maybe I don't think they're going to put Baldur's Gate in Game Pass. That's a lot.
Me either.
But I'm just saying if they did, then they're like we'll just not do anything with Hellblade. We'll just save Hellblade until E3. But I think there'll be Hellblade. The question is there something else? I would have said yes if it included Bethesda. Because I could see Bethesda showing up with a game.
Too.
But if you're excluding it, then I'm going to say no. I will stick at 1.
I have absolutely no idea what the hell Xbox has going on. So I'm just going to go with 2 just because I don't care about winning this thing anymore. I'm already losing, so fuck it. 2. Fuck.
I'm gonna
4.
go with
It's going to be 4. I'm going over.
Bold move, Cotton. I'm gonna go with 1. 1 root days. 1.
Delvin says 1. And the other over-under is over-under 0.5 PlayStation Studio games trailers being shown. So 1 or less. So what the hell would PlayStation show?
Last of Us 2.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm gonna say yes, over. Last of
Yep,
Us
there'll
2.
definitely be a trailer there.
To show the ray tracing and all the other bullshit they had.
They're going to show the same trailer. Like it's going to be the same thing, isn't it? Uh-huh.
Here's the grass with shadows behind it. Yeah.
Yep.
Guess we're all taking the over on that. Yeah. How much would Xbox have to pay Larian to put Baldur's Gate in Game Pass? Because you know that game is going to do numbers.
The price that went up.
I don't think that game's going to sell a bunch of copies on Xbox. Like pretty much maybe like 1 million or 2, but not like a bunch. You think it's going to sell a lot more?
I think it's going to do pretty well.
I think so.
I mean, that game is hella popular, and I
Still
really
popular
think
now, like really popular.
But like, what's it like? Isn't lifetime sales like 5 million?
I don't know. I don't know what the lifetime sales are. I just know that it's popular and kids love it.
Yeah, there's a difference between like popular on Twitter and like Call of Duty sales popular. Those are two different things.
First of all, nothing really is.
Okay,
Call
well,
of
I'm just
Duty
trying to
sales
put into
popular.
context the word popular.
Let's look it up.
I mean, for an independent studio that Larian is, like, would it be worth it to put it in Game Pass versus just letting it sell? Especially now that it's also got a physical copy. In a stupid
I'm
version.
seeing it sold 2 million during early access. Then I have this article from I'm getting shit all across the board here. This is weird. October, it said it sold 2.5 million copies on Steam. Then I'm seeing this one article in Level Up that says it sold 23 million copies.
I see 5.2 million copies on PC Steam platform.
How many on PlayStation? Because it's also a digital only game.
It doesn't say. I'm looking still right now.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm like, I didn't mean to throw it out there. I was just throwing out an example of what they could do to make a big news announcement, though it's not first party. I don't think they're going to put it in Game Pass. I think they're going to just sell the game.
Yeah. I would.
You know, they just shadow dropped Remnant 2 is in Game Pass. Like nobody knew it was coming. It just showed up. So I'm not sure if like maybe that popped a week early. But you know. Yeah, I don't know what this article is saying. It sold 22 million copies on Steam.
Damn.
This
It's
is
real.
.esports.
Who? What?
Yeah. I typed in copy sold and I'm getting all these different numbers. So I don't know.
Goddamn internet. Where's
Let's just
MPD
say-
when you need him?
Let's say 7 million altogether.
Yeah, I
7
think that's
million.
probably fair. 7 or 8 million. I think maybe you get
On
2 million of those
Just on just PC? How many? What
PC
about
and
PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Yeah.
I was
PC and
saying
PlayStation.
total. I think both of those together. Yeah, I don't think Baldur's Gate's like outselling Spider-Man or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that popular. So I think knowing Xbox's console like space, like what their share of the console market is, and like, you know, the games that typically do well on Xbox versus other platforms, I think 2 million might be high.
I will say this. I didn't see any sales for it.
I wouldn't
Yeah, don't-
put it on
They
sale
don't
neither.
need to. Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
need
For
to.
what?
Yeah, they like
Damn game of the year.
I mean, it's selling that good. Like I didn't even see a 10% sale on it.
I still think
even-
it wins game of the year.
It's
So.
been out for a little bit of time now.
Just looking at sales still. Yeah. I'm seeing something that says 22 million copies on PS5. Like, no, it did not.
Nah, I don't think that.
Stop it.
Like I said, it's probably like
Stop it.
altogether 7 to 8, at most probably 10. I'm guessing, which is a lot.
Yeah. Madness. Absolute madness. All right. Enough of that. Time to get into some questions. Starting with new addition to PSVG. Chalfie. He wants to know, Delvin, why do you choose to play the wackest of games on purpose?
Shafi, why do you choose to finish games in 30 minutes or less like it's a goddamn Domino's pizza and play it the absolutely wrong way?
This is true.
You can't
Chalfie
come to me
plays
talking about video
everything
games.
wrong. All right.
You playing games like it's a goddamn Hot Pocket.
He really does. It's really sad.
Yeah.
It's like, Chaffee, if you're going to spend that much money on the game, at least spend some time in it. Stop mainlining everything. Smell the roses. Stick around a little bit.
Yeah, just play a side mission.
Just one. Just
Just
one.
one.
You do play some whack ass games, though, Delvin.
I do. I hold
So do
on
I.
to that. Yeah. That's the fun in it.
That's the fun part. Finding terrible games.
Sometimes the terrible games be fun.
You have to appreciate the swath of options at your disposal.
Yeah.
Can't just play the good one. You can't just play what IGN says is good.
Yes, exactly.
You'll miss out on a lot.
Uh,
Can't let reviews make up your mind for you.
That is true.
yeah.
Mhm.
What's a review?
Some of my favorite games have been 7s.
Yeah.
6s, 5s. I think a lot of people gave a lot of No More Heroes like 5s and 4s and 5s. Love that
That's
damn
what
game.
No More Hero stays in a 5 and 6.
Yep. It's not good if
That's what
it's
it
better
does
than
best.
that. Right. We don't want it to be any better than that. You know? I do think some people, I mean, this is a sandbox thing to say, but some people just give like those reviews and things like they give it too much power. Like before
Way
they even buy a
1000%.
game, they just look at the score and like, I can't buy this anymore. It's like, okay, how about you like try to understand why people think this about it, or like maybe try it yourself first. You know, like
Right.
you know, I still bought Gollum because I love Lord of the Rings. I want to try it. I realized it was bad, and when I played it, it was bad. I think it's better than it's been. Like it's not the worst thing I've ever played. But yeah,
sometimes I see a terrible store and say, I have to try this. Because it can't be as bad as
You're
they
a
say
glutton
it
for
is.
punishment.
It can't
That's what
be as
that
bad
is.
as they say it is.
oh, that Walking Dead game is terrible.
And Walking Dead game.
So that game is just downright
that
bad.
is as
Like,
bad
yeah,
as they say.
this is terrible. That is real bad.
That is
That's like that
my
Kong
bad,
game.
y'all was right.
Yeah. hmm
Usually they don't be right though. Usually like it's not as bad as they said.
But then sometimes, like the recent example is Call of Duty, right? I had a lot of issues with Call of Duty, and Call of Duty got just panned for the early access. Dude, people love the multiplayer. It's very popular. People playing the shit out of it. People playing the zombies mode and everything. And it's got a lot of players.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so maybe everybody maybe a lot of people, not everybody, maybe a lot of people rush to judgment on it. Maybe a lot of people are like, the campaign is bad and therefore the game is shit. You know,
I don't. Was that a thing when people saying that the multiplayer was bad? Because I only ever heard the campaign was bad.
but they were reviewing it, right? Like the
Exactly.
They
reviews
were
were
only review. The reviews were just for the campaign, though.
But what we're talking about is like, I don't know, like the commentary, like the story.
If you see
The story was, this is the worst
The
Call of
game is
Duty
bad.
game ever. Yeah,
yes,
the game is
because
bad.
of the campaign.
Yeah, like the headlines that were written.
So people didn't read between the lines and know that they were just talking about the
nobody
campaign.
reads anything. It's just
They don't
tweets.
read.
You get
This is why I hate
130
the
characters
internet.
to make a point, and that's what goes around.
This is why I hate
Because
the
all
internet
of the
so much.
headlines were the new Call of Duty game is the worst Call of Duty game in decades. That was
Yep.
the headline, and it was like multiplayer's not even turned on yet. Nobody read that.
Yeah.
That wasn't a part of it. And I'm just saying, I'm just bringing it up as an example in this conversation. I didn't mean to go too hard on the Call of Duty point. There's lots of games.
No,
like this.
I get it.
We
It
run
just,
into this
it
all
just
the time.
frustrates me because people just
Yeah.
don't fucking read. Like, people just look at the headline and don't read the fucking article, and it drives me insane.
I mean, we run into that
Read
all
what
the time.
fuck they're
with
talking
things.
about.
You know,
Ugh,
it's just like kind of
so irritating.
I mean, that's why we call them influencers. Like the power of that sort of marketing is very powerful. It changes people's buying habits.
Yeah.
Sad when the clickbait, they don't even click on it.
And I'm not telling you to
They just
buy
click the
everything.
article.
Like, you know, get your information however best you can. It's just, I just wouldn't,
Yeah.
I try not to let anybody make up my mind for me. I'll
Yeah.
make up my
And
mind.
we can't all be Delvin. We can't just buy everything.
Right.
Yeah,
If I'm interested in something, be damned how bad you tell me it's going to be. I'm going to play it and I'll tell you what I think about it.
Exactly.
You know,
I played
that's it.
Forspoken and absolutely loved Forspoken. I thought it was a great game, and all
I
the chatter behind it
cannot wait to
was
get
terrible.
back into Moria. Moria was fucking dope.
Yeah.
I don't care how many people reviewed a 5. I'm telling you the game is good.
Yeah.
100% it is. They're just wrong. Maybe they don't get it. I don't know. I can't explain for them, but I'm telling you, I played it and it was a blast.
There you go.
Yeah.
So,
That's where our review scores are stupid.
I agree.
Moving along, Snert says, what's your favorite or a memorable weapon from a game?
There's a lot.
Trying to think. A weapon that I just absolutely loved. I want to say Cloud's Buster Sword, but
That's
you
what I
only
was
have
gonna
that.
say.
It's memorable because of just how big it is, but you don't use that game for that sword for very long at all.
Yeah.
It's only got 2 materia slots. You can't do much with that at all.
Yeah.
sorry, I was doing a little work
trying to think.
offline. I caught up. We're on Snart's question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite weapon? Oh, 100%. I got 2 of them over there. Fucking Lancers. 100%.
There you go. That's the answer.
It was one of the best video game weapons ever made.
The fucking coolest shit.
It's absolutely cool. Just reeks cool.
That is the answer. Lancers.
I didn't like him.
I love it.
Go figure. I like them. What are you doing?
Because I never use a chainsaw. Like, I'm
I
not
use
getting,
it
I'm
all
not
the
getting,
time.
Oh, fuck
I'm
yeah.
not getting that
I-
close.
I have
Nah,
died
getting that close.
because I needed to chainsaw me.
Me too. Like, oh, you're getting
I
cut.
put myself in harm's way just to cut this motherfucker in half.
Delvin,
Yes.
we know. You're real, you died a lot. You kept fucking us
You
in
are.
the
Sure,
we
goddamn
kept
hive busters.
Reviving.
Hey, hey, we got to the fake ass ending, didn't we? When they
Oh,
say, now
yes.
you
Stop
gotta
it.
finish the fight.
We did. That shit pissed me off.
How dare
Something
Like,
terrible.
all right, let's go finish it. Like, no, you gotta go finish it on your own.
Just awful. Absolutely awful. Oh, yeah. You know what? Hawkmoon in Destiny. Destiny.
That sounds like
2,
a
yeah. No, it's
DC
Destiny
character.
1.
That sounds like a Marvel, yeah.
Yeah, it's a hand cannon. It's called Hawkmoon. And
like fights.
God,
I,
it was
I know
awesome.
what that is. That's like X-Men and X-Men 5.
Yeah.
Like, here it is. We've got Torchblaze and Hawkmoon. You're like, what the fuck?
Taser face.
Y'all are just trying. Y'all just not trying anymore.
Who
Huh?
is this guy?
Yep.
He's
This is
Yeah.
bird
Fox.
lightning. It's like, oh, goodness.
That hand cannon was fucking awesome.
We got Bat Goblin.
That's that cap.
Oh, the bad
Dude.
goblins.
This Hawkmoon, this looks like what I'm using in Dead Island. I'm just going around with the Clint Eastwood special, just hand cannon blowing the shit out of zombies. I'm like, oh, you think you're bad? Boom, there goes your skull. Next.
That is my favorite kind of gun in games. Just give me a hand cannon that does work, and I am good to go. That's all
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
using in Cyberpunk is just hand cannons. Turn them into snipers. It's great.
Dead Island's a lot of fun. I have a golf club that sets people on fire. So I use that, and then I switch to my hand cannon when I'm not drop kicking people, and then I drop kick people a lot because it is fucking fun.
There you go. Yeah.
Just
Wow.
run and just full blown Kitty Omega, a whole group of zombies. Oh, boom!
That was great.
Lots of fun. Ooh, we got Golden Gun. It's a good shout out.
That's a
Forgot
good
about the
one.
Golden Gun. Although I like paintball guns better in Goldeneye.
Can't you just turn the
EFG?
golden gun into paintball guns?
Yeah, I guess you can paintball mode. Yeah,
You know
I like
what?
the lasers. I like the lasers.
I do not
Got
like
one.
lasers.
Big Boner from Shadows of the Dam.
Yes, fantastic
Great.
call. Big damn fantastic call. I was thinking the cerebral bore from Turok.
Okay.
Can't tell you how much I fucking love that thing. You ever use that?
Never
Which one is
heard
that
of it.
in?
You shoot it and it's like a homing missile and it latches onto their heads and it eats their brains. The
Oh,
brains like
okay.
comes like their skulls like drain out and then they fall down.
It's another weapon like that. I can't remember what's it is.
It's awesome. Turok is great. Everybody play Turok tomorrow.
Don't.
I'm very excited. I'm very
Don't do
excited.
that.
Play Turok.
Ryan wants to know, do we have any hopes and dreams for the Game Awards?
No, I don't have any hopes and dreams at all.
Me
Moved
either.
out a long time ago.
I mean, Hellblade would be great.
Oh, for the Game Awards. No, no.
Oh,
What do you think I said?
I just thought hopes and dreams
just in general.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
GTA? Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Isn't
I'm
that going to be
expecting
before?
to see GTA. I don't know. People.
I expect to
people
see
are
it
saying
before
that.
the Game Awards.
I don't care.
don't-
It would be nice
yeah.
to see GTA at some point.
That would be great.
If it's the morning of the Game Awards, I still count it the Game Awards. Like if they've synchronized their thing to be around that time, then they're like cross-pollinating marketing at that point. They're in cahoots. So
Yeah,
I
no.
doubt they're like, we picked the same date the Game Awards were like 8 months ago. I doubt that they did that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what they were doing.
That'd be great.
But yeah, GTA would be, man, if
That's the
GTA is
one.
next year, that's so exciting.
That
I don't
is-
expect it will be. I think it'll be 2025.
I hope it is.
But I do too. Yeah, it would be a welcome surprise and very hyped to be like 2024 GTA 6. I'm like, oh shit, clear the calendar. Sorry, games. Move aside.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'll be
for it.
playing GTA this year. So
JV says, is there a game that had a lot of potential, either gameplay or story-wise, but just didn't work that you'd like to see get another shot?
I have
And
a
to
bunch.
follow that up, what studio would you want to remake it?
I don't have an answer for that one, but I have a bunch for this category because he asked this right when I got home. So I got to put this in the notes and I got to dwell on it. So my answer to this is my first answer, and I've got like 12. My first answer is like every Resident Evil spin-off game ever.
Yes.
It's like Revelations, Operation Raccoon City, the Chronicle or the Revelations, the Chronicles games, like the light gun games, right? Like on Wii. Like I always thought that they were really cool, especially the light gun games, and I wish they kept doing them. And I get why they don't, because it's probably really, well, one, we don't really do light gun games anymore, but two, it's really probably hard to sell those for like $60-$70 like they want to, right? Like you really need to make those like budget games. Like I think VR is
Yeah.
perfect for that.
I was gonna say that exact
Yeah.
same thing.
Dude, if
worked
they came
perfectly
out
for
and like
VR.
we've got brand new Resident Evil Chronicles game on Quest or PSVG, that sounds dope.
that
you know,
is
that's
time
super
prices.
fun. Yeah.
Put it in VR.
I think my best answer for this, and this isn't even one that I even particularly like, so this isn't even a personal answer, is just Mighty Number 9. Game sucked.
Yeah.
And it sucks because like Mega Man seems like something that like should exist like on all things. Right? Like we should just have alternatives to Mega Man.
yeah.
Like there are alternatives to like Mario. They're not as good in my opinion, but there are alternatives. Like there are other things to do. There doesn't really seem like there's alternatives to Mega Man, right?
Not really.
I mean, isn't Metroid just fucking Mega Man?
Well,
You're running around. You
but
got
we don't even get a lot of those.
I was gonna say that we don't even get Metroid.
We don't even get a lot of
Metroid,
those.
anything that's a Metroidvania,
Like-
like anything where you're running around in the labyrinth with a gun in 2D
The idea
space.
to me to have another brand that's like Mega Man just seemed like a no-brainer. And like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That's easy. It's an easy game to do. And it was not. It was so not that. So like, I don't know if it's funding, if it was a studio, if it was talent, but like that's a game that like, that's a concept that should, I feel like that should be successful. Somebody should just make a Mega Man game and it just be awesome. And that's a thing. And you put it on all the consoles like Sonic. And like a Sonic game. You just have a Mega Man game. Now into more of my personal ones. The Order 1886.
I love that game.
Yeah, me too. I absolutely
It's
love
so
that game.
good.
The game was so good. And yeah, it was short. And yeah, you were angry. You spent so much money on it. Get over it. Game was
I thought it
good.
great.
The game was good. Yeah, if you bought this game on sale, which for all you people whining about how short it was, you should have waited. Buy it for
Yeah.
$20. You would have loved it. I would have loved to have seen a sequel to that or for that to go somewhere. I'll say the same thing about Redfall. Redfall was just too many different ideas at once, not enough conviction, and probably not enough time. But I really liked what they were doing with Redfall. I think there was something there. I'll say the same thing about Anthem. I don't know what the fuck BioWare was trying to do with the story and whatnot, but whoever was making the game nailed it. Because if you just get rid of this town and the people and all that, like playing the game was fucking fun.
If you make Anthem a single player BioWare game, it's great. The story is actually really good. The gameplay is good. The problem was they tried to shoe in multiplayer, which doesn't make any sense because you're also all the same person. So it's just dumb. Single player BioWare RPG.
I'm not the BioWare person either, so maybe that's just on me. But like the story, like the whole town part, I could live with. Like you could have just omitted all of that. Like just get rid of all of that. You know, it's like I want Anthem but Armored Core. Like do Armored Core, but let me play as Anthem. And now we're fucking talking. You know the crazy thing about Anthem is I bet Anthem was the best vertical slice in the biz. I bet when they just gave you like your mech and they're like, here's the game we're making, we need $1 billion. People are like, absolutely, EA, take it. This game is going to be huge. And then Anthem came out the way it did. I imagine somebody's like, dude, what the fuck?
Give me my money back. That's what he said.
And the last one that I'll call out is Bulletstorm. I love Bulletstorm. It's really fun. And it's from a bygone era. And a lot of people did not like it when it came out because it's from a bygone era. And I think it's maybe remembered now better than it was released. And I would like to see a sequel. I don't know if like the video game industry can take that again. Maybe it needs to be like watered down, I guess. I would hate to see that, but maybe that's the case. It's the reason why we don't have like the Duke anymore. Like the industry has evolved past that. But I still like those games and I liked what those games represented. And I kind of miss that time when games were just kind of raunchy and sleazy a bit. You know, not all of them have to be that way, but some of them could be. And it doesn't seem like any of them can be anymore. Bulletstorm is kind of like one of those last ones. So.
That was a good one. I'm gonna go.
You got anything?
I'm gonna go with a classic PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale.
Ooh, good call.
I feel like
I think you could do that better.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Do it better. I think they should have just leaned into the Smash things. Like, hey, we're not doing anything different. This is our Smash Brothers. No, why are you hiding it? Just make it your Smash Brothers. I think lean into it and just have fun with it. Give more characters. Make it a diverse roster. Build the roster up. I feel like, and I didn't talk about it on here, but I did play Nickelodeon Brawl 2. Is kind of what PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale should have been. Just like, hey, build up a bigger roster. Give you more characters want to do, add more fun stuff in and fun nods to PlayStation. That's kind of what Nick Brawl 2 did. They're like, hey, you want more characters? Here go a bunch more. You want more stages? Here go a bunch more. This is just Smash with different characters. That's all it is. And I think that's all PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale really needed to do. And they tried to do something different. And people are like, this is okay, but it's not Smash. I think that was his biggest problem.
I really enjoyed PlayStation All Stars.
I did too.
It's fun.
I didn't really enjoy it, but I mean, I got what it was going for.
Yeah,
it was entertaining.
The hell out of it.
It was fun.
I had a really good time with it.
And I think now they can add a whole bunch of characters in it now. Spider-Man.
The roster could definitely be improved, but I think the gameplay overall, like the PlayStation that made PlayStation All Stars and the PlayStation today, are on like different levels.
Yeah,
and I think a PlayStation All Star, like a return to that concept, could be infinitely better now.
Yeah,
you know, of course.
They would charge for every character.
Oh God,
every one of them.
It's $70 for just the Last of Us characters. And then if you want the Uncharted characters, it's $10. If you want the Destiny characters, it's $10. Like, just keep going.
Jesus.
We'll throw in Toro for free. Don't want this fucker. Get him out of here.
It could be so good now. Like they have so many more characters, and I think the production would be much grander, and I think the character roster would probably be a bit more balanced. They'd probably have more humanoid characters and not like the crazy like height differences and stuff. I think could be pretty stellar.
Could be really good.
Yeah, it could be. Yep. Do they have any studios that are pretty well versed in making fighting games?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Do they do any sort of in-house, or they have to like farm something like that out?
They might have to farm something like that out.
Bandai Namco, they're the best. Just give them the money, let them do it.
That's good.
They do Smash. Let them do the other one. That's great. I think it's a great answer, Nelly.
Yeah.
You see that now with Kratos and Atreus and Aloy and all the last folks and Clyde and like, oh, you're really onto something now.
Yeah.
You know,
you got something special there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of characters you can go from. Then you can add in Spider-Man and Venom.
Of course.
And everybody else. Like, all right, here we go.
Here's the thing. You can get to at least 20 like first class characters.
Yes.
And then you can throw in a couple offbeat ones to like fun, a little throwbacks and stuff like that. You can still do like your Parappa nod if you want. But like that's definitely on the roster wise. That's what the first game was missing. There weren't enough of those, and they've got them now.
Deacon St. John added people like, all right, here we go. That's cool.
Yeah.
You can add a lot of characters.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be good.
Not Cole though. He's dead.
Nah, he's dead.
Fetch and Delson, they can be there.
Yeah.
Cole is dead.
Dev just plays as Abby the whole time.
Fuck yeah. I would do that shit just to piss people off.
See?
Well, they're going to be gunning for you. Every time you play with other people, they're going to go straight.
Everybody, the whole room.
The whole room.
Bring them on. Bring them on. But let's be real. I'm playing with Jin from fucking Ghost of Tsushima.
See? Like the roster could be great. It really could. And I think the level design, the production level. See, when I think of a PlayStation All-Stars now, I'm not like, you can still keep the Smash thing, but I'm thinking like it's not as kind of the cartoonier, indie type of production that I think of PlayStation All-Stars back in the day. You know, like now I think they would upgrade. Like I'm thinking like visually like a very stellar, modern, you know, kind of game with so like cool 3D model, you know, characters and stuff, like really kind of glam it up a bit, because that's what PlayStation does now, right? That was kind of in that space where PlayStation was still very like, they were doing indie joints and projects and Little Big Planet karting, and like they don't do that shit anymore. Yeah. Now just make like really big production video games. And if you take that idea and you give it to PlayStation All-Stars with the roster of people they could pull from, that could be something. That could really be something. That'd be a fighting game people play for decades, actually. Yeah. I'm kind of surprised they haven't done anything like that.
Just keep adding on.
It's never going to happen.
Nope.
I don't know. They are into all the live service, though. They could do that shit one fighter at a time.
And they would do that.
You know it. Live service, baby. It's free to play. You get one character, and then we'll drop another one every other month. And a new stage.
No,
and you just
keep
for it. Just keep giving us money. Keep putting money in the machine.
Basically, they're turning all of our consoles into fucking arcade machines.
That's they just want us to keep those quarters.
Yep.
And I hate the quarters.
I hate it.
You know, here's the thing, though. I think we're not there yet, but eventually, if they keep going down this path with too many things, eventually this shit will blow up in their face.
Yeah.
You know, they'll get.
I mean, it's already kind of starting to.
A little bit. They're starting to realize they can't just throw money at anything. Like when enough things have failed, they're like, "Whoa."
Yeah.
Before we spend this $10 million, let's try to figure this out a little bit.
Yeah. Only game I can think of that I'd like to see redone is Watch Dogs Legion. Get rid of the be anybody and just give me a cast of characters to continue my fucking Watch Dogs in. God damn it.
Yeah, Legion was a weird take.
Yeah,
like the setting was great. Like London and all all its glory was fucking great. I like the setting. I still like Watch Dogs as the idea, but what they did with Legion, I just no. Just give me back the cast of characters from Watch Dogs 2 and just let them be fucking London. Let's go. Yeah. I'd have been here for it. They fucked that up. Bastards.
Do you think we'll ever see anything from Watch Dogs again?
I have no idea. I don't know what the hell Ubisoft is doing.
I think we will.
Who knows?
I think at the very least we'll probably get a reboot.
A reboot would make sense. So I was thinking, do you do Watch Dogs? You just do like modern day Assassin's Creed, and it's just like, but it's Watch Dogs.
That's what
Watch
Dogs
you're a hacker, but
was.
you can like beat up shit, and like you're still the Templar, and you do the Assassin's thing.
That's exactly what Watch Dogs was, and I don't know why they didn't just fucking lean into that more.
Yeah, same.
Just fucking pisses
So I
me
think
off
now if they were to
no
do
end.
that, I think they would go the Assassin's Creed route because it's like you've got more fan buy-in. Like more people are into the IP, right?
That's all I ever wanted. I just wanted Assassin's
call it,
Creed
like-
and Watch Dogs to
it's
meet
like-
up and just become.
It's like
thing. That's all I
Assassin's
wanted.
Creed New York. That's what they call it. Like,
Yeah.
It's just Assassin's
That's all I
Creed.
fucking wanted. That's
Yeah.
all I wanted. Like,
But you're just like
give me what I
Mhm.
want, please.
you're running
They
the
won't.
rooftops, modern day hacking shit, cell phones.
Cool.
I mean, that's exactly how I played Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah.
I didn't shoot anybody. I didn't murder a soul. It was all hacking, and it was fucking glorious.
Let's take the driving out. Stop. Love of God. Unless they put the crew driving in. If you do the crew's great. Do that.
That makes
No,
sense.
I wasn't driving. I was fast traveling. Fuck driving.
The driving in Watch Dogs was brutal.
It was not good.
It was
I don't
so
like-
bad.
I don't like driving
So
in any
bad.
games. The driving in Cyberpunk sucks too.
It's not great. It's not my favorite. If the music
A
was
fast
better, it'd be
travel.
all right. It's okay.
Yeah, fast travel for the win. Fuck
I don't
outta
like the
here.
fast travel. You gotta find the fast travel terminals. And
Yeah,
stuff. Like, what
I
is
don't
that?
like that part either.
Well, who came up with this idea? You ever just
Some
like
idiot.
yeah, like did nobody in QA be like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, like I gotta go to a station to fast. Like clearly, I should just be able to fast travel because you put
Menu.
that in the game, but I gotta go to
Menu.
a damn.
Put it on my
Gotta
watch
go
or
to a
something.
thing.
Put it in the car. Like, what are we doing?
It's just annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ken Turner says, "Are there any mobile games that you're into right now?" Fuck no.
Yep. I've played way more than I care to admit of Easy Golf, Easy Come, Easy Golf lately. I started playing Grand Theft Auto on my phone, but then I moved to the Ally. Playing Retro Bowl. I haven't played Mighty Doom yet, but I want to. Let's see here. Oh, Horizon Chase 2. Apple Arcade game. Like the whole thing I subscribe to. Love Horizon Chase. You can play that game for free on Apple Arcade, so definitely jumped over there to play that game.
You playing any mobile games, Delvin?
Absolutely not.
That's the correct answer.
And haters.
Moving along.
Games are games.
Gee.
All games matter.
TPR
Whoa.
says, "Today I was thinking, man, I don't really
Great
feel
game,
like
great game.
upgrading my goddamn PC when my GPU goes out of date. I don't feel like doing a full rebuild, which will be required as my CPU and motherboard are quite dated. Then I remembered, I'm a working adult now. I may be only 10 months out of college, but I can afford to pay others to build my shit for me now.
Yeah.
As someone who just became started making their own chunk of change out of school, I forget I can call on the fuck this. I'm an adult with my own cash. So was there a time when you guys were in your early to mid 20s where something like that hit you and you're just like, oh, I can just pay for this? Have you guys had that? Did you guys ever have that moment? Because I still
Happen all
haven't
the time.
had.
I never got that.
I've never had that moment.
I never had that kind of money until I was about 28, 29, and 30. It wasn't in my early 20s.
Late 20s. Yeah.
It wasn't in my early 20s, for sure. Yeah, probably not until 28 to probably 30 actually. So I'm trying to like run in my head like where I was and what I was making along that way. Like 2009. No, it's like yeah, probably right around 30 is when I started to have that kind of money.
I don't have that kind of mentality. So even when I have money, I still don't think like that. Like I'm like, how can I do this?
So like
I'll
the
make this
dishwasher that
myself.
I just replaced, that's a really good example. I've replaced dishwashers with my uncle. I know how to do it. It's really not that hard. You hook up a couple electrical wires, you put in a drain plug, piece of cake. But I know what a frustrating experience it can be because you're on your knees, you're sweating, it's hot, it's a confined space, you're gonna get wet. It's a pain in the ass. It's just a pain in the ass. Like you don't want to do it. So when my dishwasher broke, I was like, yeah, we're gonna pay somebody to do it. Not because I have fuck you money and I couldn't afford it. It cost a lot of money. It's just like I value my time and my peace more than that. It's like I'm not wasting half a day doing this. I could be playing Valhalla and liking my life. So we will let somebody else do this and we'll spread it around. I'm not always that way, right? Like when my basement flooded, I was out there in the damn rain digging a ditch. Because I can dig a ditch. right? That's no problem. Like I've dug a bunch of ditches in my life. But when you start getting into extra things like that, like my cars, not doing that. Anybody's ever worked on cars? It is a pain in the ass. You ever busted your knuckle turning a ratchet? It sucks. Like it's not fun.
That is my answer, by the way.
Okay, there you go.
That's my answer.
Like let somebody else do this.
Doing oil changes and shit like that on my car, and
Let
having
somebody
to
else
find
do
certain
this.
parts. It's got to a point now where I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. I will pay someone else to do this. This is
If I knew how to do an oil change and had the tools, I would do it myself.
You learn how to do an oil change 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing but
Cars
thing,
is
man.
not something I've ever been able to figure out.
You get yourself a ramp. You drive your car up on a ramp. Put a block behind the tire. You get underneath your transmission. You pull the oil drain plug and you put a bucket down, and you've changed your oil.
There you go.
It is that simple.
It's simple.
Or you can drive to the oil change place and give them $35, and they will do it.
Exactly.
If it was only $35.
Yeah, my oil changes cost a lot more. Mine are like $100.
My
I get
oil
like
is this.
I get like the fancy risque premium oil. My wife's oil change is like $40.
Yeah,
thing
mine
about
are
it
70.
Is it always feels like sometimes working on your car, something always goes wrong. Like, for example, you're trying to change the oil, you take it off the boat, then the bolt strips.
Yep.
Then you're like, oh fuck. Now you gotta try to figure out how to get the strip bolt off to get the oil out the car.
Then it's on you. Yep.
Then it's on you. Then you gotta try to figure out how to get the oil filter off, and it might be stuck. And you're stuck in this dirty ass car. Like, yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't see that as like a fuck you, I have my own casket, because that's always been something that I've just had to take my car to the place to get the oil changed when I realized that was something you had to do.
I used to replace my own oil because it was cheaper.
I used to do it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never had a garage or anything like that.
My first two
there was
cars,
no ability to do that.
My first two cars, I changed my own oil. And here's the funny thing: since you've never done it, it's like it might cost more now to change your own oil than just have somebody else do it.
Yeah.
Because they buy oil in bulk, so you get a better price. Like if I go to AutoZone right now and I'm like, hey, I need 8 quarts of high mileage oil for the Roadrunner, that shit might cost me like $75 just oil.
Yeah. Oil is expensive.
Yeah, like all the prices have gone up, so now it's like kind of cheaper just have somebody else do it. Yeah. I'm trying to think, because I mean, I'm not afraid to work. Like I do my own yard work and I mow my own grass and stuff.
Yeah, my wife is she loves just being like, I'm not gonna, I can just pay somebody to this. I'm like, I'm not. No, we're not. The hell we are. Like
You're
that's
into
just
that
not
DIY?
my mindset. If I can do it, I'm doing it. Like if I have the ability to do it, I'm doing it.
See, that's
like,
my
I
thing.
don't want to pay nobody to do nothing.
See, I've been there, but I've also screwed something up, and then you really have to have somebody to come in and fix the thing that you fucked up.
Exactly.
And then it costs you twice as much as if it would have cost you if you just paid them the first time. I've had too many of those in my life.
The difference for me is I don't own it. I don't own this house, so I just call.
I guess that might be a big part of it. So you're lucky in that regard.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like
flooring.
I've never.
That's one.
Yeah,
flooring. I replaced my carpet with hardwood planks. Easy, right? They snap together. You put some glue down. It is until you got to figure out how to, when everything's off by ½ inch, and you got to cut everything to make it fit, and you got to do the trim and everything. Yeah, it's not hard to do, but I'm not wanting to do it. Like I'm not going to do it.
This is why I don't want to own a home. I just want to have a person that I call and say, "Hey, this doesn't work. Fix it,
like
replace
super.
it, whatever." Yeah, I've grown up in apartments all the time. So
I'm with a TPR on this one. This is where we will differ. I'm with TPR on this one. I have a pre-built. Bought my gaming PC right off the shelf. Love it. It's fantastic. Turns on, works all the time. So TPR, I'm with you, man.
It doesn't.
Man, just get somebody else to do it. Buy your damn PC. That will do it for you for free. You'll put a whole damn thing together.
I sure
and
would,
you just pay for
PCs.
Yeah, see? That's his love. That's what he wants to do.
I fucking love doing it. I love building them. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Blood, sweat, and tears, man. Makes everything better.
Like painting is one. Like painting, I do myself. I'll paint. I'm not paying anybody to paint. I can paint. Anybody can paint. Yeah.
I've painted once.
Really?
Again,
just one time?
In life?
I've probably painted 500 structures. Are you serious, Dad?
I've lived in apartments my entire
Oh my
life
God.
where we don't
Have
get
you never
we're
had
not
a job? Like, what?
You never had to move?
Yeah.
You
You
ever
move.
painted the apartments you moved from?
Yeah.
Why?
That's
Why
a
would I
thing.
do that?
So you can get your security deposit back?
Yeah.
We still got the security deposit back. What are y'all doing to the walls? That you need to paint them?
Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cleaning things
my
up.
kids are young. My kids
Doing
didn't. My
stuff.
kids weren't young and old enough to fuck anything up in the house.
Oh, y'all
Any
aren't
apartment we're
doing
living in.
RKOs and shit. You're not rock bottom
Exactly.
kids and stuff.
I
You're
mean,
not having
my
Royal
child-
Rumbles in the living room.
My kid was 5, and the other one was 2.
That's
so
the best
no.
time. Oh
Yeah.
man, no, I'm gonna send those kids over the top rope. Go to sleep.
Yep. Dev look like type.
Again, how does that fuck up the
plastic
wall?
on
I'm
his
confused.
He's got plastic on the couch. Here, get your
How-
damn shoes
how-
off my couch.
How are you fucking up the wall that bad to where you need to paint it? Like,
People
what are you
putting their
doing?
hands on
I'm
the wall and
flinging
stuff.
toddlers into the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's just like general maintenance cleaning. They're not charging me for like that. They're gonna paint the wall regardless. So no, I'm not painting the wall.
Wow. This is
The
not
only time we
unlike
ever
any
painted was
landlord
because
experience I've ever had.
my daughter before my daughter was born, my wife wanted to change the wall color in her room. So I painted it yellow. That
Yep.
was it. After we got the landlord's approval to paint the walls, I did just that one, and I've never painted after that because there was no need or reason to.
I've painted the walls of my house countless amounts of times. I painted my back porch. When I was in high school, I painted a pool clubhouse for a neighborhood. Like all summer was my whole summer job, because I painted their whole clubhouse, top to bottom. Just me out there with my brushes and buckets. Did the decks, the floors, the siding, everything. Climbed up on the roof.
Yeah, no, we don't do that in the inner city. That's not a thing.
Painted fences.
There were no fences in the inner city. That's also not a thing.
You have no fences.
Everybody's-
No neighborhood anywhere.
There's no fences. There's no fences here. I live in apartments. Everybody's in apartments. So what's a fence? What's a fence? Who's painting fences? What is this shit? My summertime jobs were babysitting and playing football. Like, that was it.
Girl job.
And I paid.
Were you part of the babysitters club?
Yeah, that
Sure in the hell,
charmed
I
life.
was the babysitter. It
It
was
like
great.
I babysitted some kids.
Yeah.
No wonder he's
Babysitted
on those
kids?
damn cartoons and shit.
Yeah.
I was
I've
digging
always
ditches,
been in
Dev.
cartoons. That's
We were
unfortunate.
hooking up trailers. I was pulling concrete. I was shoveling gravel. Okay, you take
Why?
your soft hands back in your fucking apartment.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not getting no real job over the summer. I'm getting ready for playing football. So it's 2-a-days, hell week. That's what I'm doing over the summer. And this lady wants me to watch her kid.
I did that
No
while I
fucking
worked.
Yeah. I was selling rocks, Dev.
I believe it. I believe it.
Babysitting kids on a corner, looking like The Wire.
Nah, Doc. Fuck that. And then I went to go work for the cable company.
You never dug dishes or anything with the cable?
Fuck no. For what? Why would I be digging ditches?
When I moved here to run my cable line, they had to pull it from the street and go through the trees, punch a hole through the roof, bring it into the drop ceiling, and run it through the wall.
Yeah. That's how that works.
Because there was none. There was none here.
I believe that. But when I was working in the call center, so
Oh,
no.
and Dev, man, who's out here with?
Y'all live in these rural areas and shit. That's
It's not a rural thing. I live in a city. Like we're
Yeah.
part of a damn city. It's a big city.
there's people who do that. I don't know anybody who's done that outside of y'all.
Dev's like, I got people like you for that.
Basically. The cable
That's all I-
company.
that's
The
all I
cable
heard.
company can do that.
I've got people
Yeah.
like you for that.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not
Dev's
digging
like-
no ditches.
You fucking up my nails.
I'm not digging no motherfucking ditch. What is it? What? Who? No. Play this football.
When I
Babysit these
was
kids.
playing football and wrestling, I probably dug 3,000 to 5,000 feet of water line every week.
Why?
We ran water. My uncle was a plumber, and to run a ditch would cost money. It was much cheaper just make me do it.
Yeah.
So he was
I
like,
had
"Here's your
no
pickaxe.
uncles.
Here's your shovel. I need a 1 foot line from here. Go 4,000 feet in that direction. I'll be back at lunch."
Yeah. Well, I had no uncles. There were no cousins, none of that. It was just me, my mom, and my sister. My mom worked at the cruise company. I played football and ran the streets. That's about it. All out here doing
nice.
manual labor.
Yep.
No, thank you.
Pulling concrete was my worst. That was the worst one. That job about broke me. That's a pain in the ass. That really sucked. That was hard.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like fun.
Roof work sucks. In the hot Florida sun, absolutely.
I never did roofing.
Yeah, that's not fun.
I never got into construction. I wish I did actually. Now, I wish I had more like skills.
Don't do it in Florida.
You know, I never learned how to do anything like that. But concrete, I did concrete for summer, and I got jacked. But it sucked. It was a pain. They were like, "Here's a rake. We're gonna drop, like a half ton of concrete, and you just pull it in that direction." Like, Jesus, it's so heavy and so hard. You're like, "Oh, this ain't so bad." You do this shit for like 3 minutes. You're like, "This is the hardest workout of my entire life." Like, I'm about to die.
Sounds about right.
That does not sound like a good time had by anybody.
Come grab these
No,
buckets of tar
thank you.
and take them on the roof. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
I'm not
Why?
into heights. I'm not doing that. I'm not getting up there.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? To answer TPR's question, that's another one. For years, I would never pay anybody. I changed my answer. Delvin, thank you. You just gave my answer. For years, I climbed on my roof and I cleaned up my own gutters.
Oh,
For
yeah.
years.
Fuck that.
And then one time I almost fell off. I didn't fall. I almost fell.
That's all it takes.
And I was like, fuck that. We've got money for this. Like, suddenly, we can pay somebody to clean the gutters.
Yeah.
Not doing that. I'm going to kill myself. My fat ass rolls off the damn fucking roof, falls 30 feet to my death. Nope.
Yeah.
I'm top heavy. Can't be leaning off the side of,
No.
eventually, if the wrong wind gusts, I'm going over.
Yeah. You don't want to do that.
Yep. So I have a guy that cleans my roof and my gutters now, and he cost me $100. $100
That's still
well
the
spent.
thing, huh?
Well spent.
Well spent. Yep.
No, I've lived here for 5 years. Never
There you
seen
go.
anybody clean a gutter. I haven't cleaned a gutter.
You ain't seen shit. You ain't done shit.
Yeah, I'm just living in just an insulated life over here.
Paint walls.
You
What
have
is
no
that?
idea what the real world is, Dev.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Mm-mm.
Clean a gutter. What? What are you people
Why?
doing?
I was like,
Why?
I'm putting in these DVDs for these kids. I'm sauteing up little green beans for lunch. Dev's got it made over here.
Yeah. Here, kid. Eat a Lunchable. Just keep it moving. That's it.
Lunchable.
See, Dev's fancier than
That's
that.
too
He's
easy.
not
I'm
trying
making
to-
the sandwiches.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not
I see
feeding
Dev
them
in there. He's
fucking
got
Lunchable.
parsley and shit. He's cutting in the
Look,
corners.
bro. I am
Dev is like Mr.
domesticated.
Mom.
Yeah.
Dev has
Damn
got
straight.
this shit. Yeah.
Damn straight.
Mhm.
I'm making lunches. I'm doing laundry. Like, we got this. This house is gonna be taken care of. All right. That's black moms. You gonna learn how to take care of a house. Like,
Oh,
that's
my
just-
mom was
it
like
is
that
what
too.
it is.
It's just my mom.
Yeah.
Or my mom was probably more like that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you gonna take care of this fucking house. My wife's
my
the same
mom's-
way. She's like, look,
My wife, I
Don't
wish
do
my
this.
wife knew that. My wife, they had a maid.
yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't
no.
talk about my wife's closet and stuff. But I grew up like cleaning baseboards. I knew everything about Comet and bleach and all that junk. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did this shit
Yep.
daily. Dusting, mopping, all that. Dude, you
Yep.
should see my kids with his dishwashers out. We didn't have a dishwasher for about a month. It took a long time to get one. They were like on back order. Couldn't get them fulfilled. So for like the last month through Thanksgiving, my son had to wash the dishes. And you'd think
Mhm.
we had sent him to some camp. He's just in there, like he would just take 2-3 hours to wash the dishes. Just, oh, why do you guys eat so much? I can't even finish the dishes. You guys are eating again. I'm like, man, if you don't just get in there and get this done, I would have washed these dishes in 15 minutes. They've never had to
Right.
wash dishes. They have no idea what it's
Ridiculous.
like. All they've ever
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, my kids, Saturday is cleaning day. Y'all gonna get in there, y'all gonna clean your bathroom, you're gonna clean your rooms, you're gonna come down here and sweep this floor, you're gonna mop the floor, you're gonna clean up the kitchen. Like, yeah.
That was
gonna
my
learn.
daily
Y'all-
chores when I lived with my aunt.
Yeah.
That was just
They
the
do
day.
that
That was
at-
just
at-
every day.
Every night they gotta do something. They're either sweeping the floors or cleaning the tables and stuff, putting away the dishes or whatnot. But Saturday is like we're gonna deep clean the house today. Y'all go flip y'all laundry. Let's get this shit done. Yeah. but we ain't cleaning no gutters. We're digging
Like
no
they
ditches.
end at the gutters.
Yeah, we're inside. We're domesticated. I'm the house Negro. Okay,
Oh no!
I'm light skinned. Come on.
Explains a lot.
Switching gears entirely. Kyle the Pug.
Probably a good thing.
Delvin, you're not gonna.
Fuck you, Cowderpuck.
Thank you, sir. He says, which Laker team was the best overall? The 80s, the early 2000s, the late 2000s, early teens that included Paul Gasol and Andrew Bynum, or
Dude, the
another
fact
year
that you
entirely?
listed Bynum omits that from the equation.
Yes.
Any team that Bynum was on was not the best Lakers team.
They did win.
No, it doesn't matter. Still not the best Lakers team.
Uh,
That says more about everybody else than it does that team.
I think society would say the Showtime Lakers.
I think I'll say the Showtime Lakers.
I think my favorite are the Shaq and Kobe Lakers.
Yeah, that's my favorite too.
Those teams were so good.
I think the Showtime Lakers beats that team.
I think you may be right.
It's just depth.
I
think so.
Yeah, it's depth. And here's the thing. We grew up, well, I don't know. I can't speak for Dev. Dev was there the whole time. Delvin watched, he watched Wilt play. So
Yeah, I watched.
I can't speak for that. But for me and Dev,
when they were in
you
the
know,
short shorts.
yeah, like we didn't watch that whole 80s time the whole time, right? But we have an appreciation for what they did and who they were. And I think you got to protect that somewhat. You can't, I don't want to be the person that's like, because I saw Kobe and Shaq, I think they're the best. They were great, but they were great. That whole team was just kind of great because Shaq was the most dominant player in the world and Kobe was an excellent scorer.
Yeah.
But that Showtime team, when you go back and watch them,
top to
that was a
bottom.
complete
They just had
team.
Yeah.
They were great. And I honestly kind of think it's almost like disrespectful to be like, oh, Kobe and Shaq, because no, man.
Yeah, because
No.
who the fuck is
Magic,
Rick Fox guarding?
Worthy, Kareem? I mean, come on. Like we're talking that's like an all-timer team. That's up there with that's the pantheon. It's one of the best teams in the history of the basketball.
Yeah, it's got to be the Showtime Lakers because who's Ron Harper guarding? What is Robert Horry doing? Who's Rick Fox guarding? They're not stopping any of the Showtime Lakers,
No,
and
they're
they're also
schooled.
not putting up buckets. They're just not. So the Showtime Lakers, top to bottom, they had depth. They had players like Byron Scott, Coop, Worthy, Kareem, and Magic. They're gonna give it to you on both ends. And then they got a bench mob that's coming in, and also
Michael
you got
Cooper.
Rambis coming in. Yeah,
Cooper.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You got players that are playing both
Rambis.
sides of the ball,
Everybody can shoot.
and they're
Everybody can
physical.
play.
None of them are afraid to be physical either.
They play together. They pass the ball. They move the ball. They
can
run. They've got size.
Great team.
It's not like you can't just dump it into Shaq and let him just be everything. They've got size. They can do that too.
Yep, and Kareem is gonna pull Shaq out the paint.
Oh yeah. Kareem. That'd be an excellent game. I'm not gonna diss Shaq or anything because Shaq was amazing with the Lakers. It was an incredible thing. But if there was somebody to give Shaq problems, yeah, it'd be Kareem. That would have been an awesome sight to have seen, to see them square off.
On the flip side, I don't think Kareem will be able to stop Shaq from scoring.
No,
Probably not.
not at all.
But he wouldn't need to.
Slow him down.
Exactly.
Make him work for it.
Make him work for it. Send him to the
Or
line.
Just foul him. Yeah. Literally, there was an easy way to stop Shaq, as dominant as he was. Just foul him.
Send him to the line. Yeah. Yep.
That's it. Piece of cake.
Bring in Rambis. Beat up Shaq. Fuck it.
There you go.
Yeah, Showtime for sure. There's just too much depth, too many players that can actually play both sides of the ball and get it done.
I'm looking at it, man. Even at the end, 87, Kareem was pulling 18 points a game. He was shooting 750 from the floor.
He's old. He was old as fuck.
Yeah, he's so old. We're talking in year 20. He's so old. He's getting almost 8 rebounds a game, 4 assists a game as a big man, 2 blocks. Jesus, just a beast.
And yeah, just 20 years in, old, because he played 4 years of college. Like,
Sweet game, sweet. He just said, dude had game, not like Shaq had power. Kareem had game, skill. He wouldn't
Look,
even
the
have
man-
to bang. He just hit those hooks and shit. Like, just
He
he
had
wouldn't
to-
even touch Shaq and score.
he had to create a whole new shot because they outlawed him from dunking. Like, people forget about that. Like, they outlawed the dunk because of Lou Alcindor. Like, no more of this. So he creates the fucking hook shot. Like,
I'm looking at it. They've got
nonsense.
Listen to this. This is the heights of this team. 7'2", 6'7", 6'9", 6'9", 6'9", 6'7", 6'1", 6'8", 7 foot, 6'7", 6'10", 6'9".
And all of them could run.
Yeah. The whole damn team.
Coming down. Got Coop on the right, Worthy on the left. Using trouble. Got Cap bringing up the rear. It's going down. Magic is getting everybody off. Just yeah, you ain't stopping that Showtime team. Get out of here. Kobe gonna be pissed. What's gonna happen is Kobe and Shaq are just gonna get pissed at each other, and they're just gonna lose anyway.
Well, yeah, that's destined to happen.
That's a fun thought experiment.
Somebody run that back in 2K or something.
Yeah.
Bex wants to know, what was your number one Spotify Wrapped artist this year? The fuck is Spotify Wrapped?
Yeah, neither one of y'all know what Spotify Wrapped is?
I know what
I
it
mean,
is,
I
but
know what it is. I just don't
have
use it.
Spotify.
Yeah.
I don't use Spotify either. So, and my Spotify Wrapped is fucked.
Our
I
old
wasn't
ass.
using it. So everybody else
How out
is
of
using it.
touch we are.
I
Am I
use
out of touch?
the,
Or is it the kids? The kids.
It's the kids.
I
I'm out of touch.
I use
I'm
Apple
out of
Music.
time.
And my Apple Music and my Spotify thing was screwed up because other people were using my Apple Music and Spotify.
Children.
Yes. Children and my grandmother. Because my Apple Music is attached to my Alexa, and my grandmother has her Alexa at her house that goes off my account. So she just says and plays all her music too on it. But
Yeah.
my number one Apple Music artist was Nas. And I'm quite sure you know why, because all the King Diseases and the Magic CDs came out this year.
Nice.
That's what I was listening to all year.
My YouTube Wrapped or whatever hasn't come up yet. So I got nothing.
Yeah, I got nothing. We have Spotify, we pay for it, but my wife and children use that, so I don't. I have all my music just downloaded, and if I want to play something, I do it that way.
I'll put it to you this way, Dev. The top albums I listened to this year: number 1, Magic; number 2, Magic 2; and number 3, Magic 3. That's how
Of course.
They probably and they do that. YouTube does a similar thing where they have like your analytics wrap up or whatever. But they usually prompt you for it and they'll like tell you like, hey, your thing is here. Oh, hang on. I think I may have found it. Let's see here. Get your recap. Oof, let me close this.
I don't use YouTube Music, so
Yeah, I know I'm out
I
of
don't either. Like I said, I get Apple Music for free, so
makes me feel so damn old. My top 5 artists were Chili Peppers, Zeppelin, Jim Croce, Metric, and Greta Van Fleet.
oh, that's dope.
I knew 2 of those artists.
So there you go. I answered it.
There you go, Bex.
I feel
Don't know what you expected from that.
so old,
She expected what I'm about
And-
to say Taylor Swift.
disconnected
Absolutely
from the world
not.
when everybody starts talking about Spotify. And I'm like, I've met one other person I think that I know that's like also has YouTube Music. Do you guys know who it is?
Chalfie.
No. It's a good guess though. It's Jeff.
Oh,
Who?
Grub also does the YouTube Music. We like never
Okay.
chatted about it, but one day he was like, yeah, I listened to a podcast. He's like, yeah, I use YouTube Music because I get, and I don't think a lot of people know this, so I'll just say it. I use YouTube Music because I get it for free with YouTube Premium. So I don't
Yeah.
have ads on YouTube. So not only do I get the music service, but I no longer watch ads on YouTube. And for me, I can't switch. Like, I tried not having YouTube Premium after years of having it and was like, oh, hell no, absolutely not. There's so many commercials. It's like,
a
This is
lot.
the
It's
best.
ridiculous.
This is the best thing I've ever had. So if that means that I have to keep my music there to keep that going, I'll never switch.
YouTube
That's like
be
a Trojan horse for me. No way.
YouTube be like, I'm gonna show you a full ad. And
Oh,
after
God.
that full ad, I'm gonna show you another full ad.
You know how
Then we'll
inconvenient
show
it
you
is
this 3-minute video.
when you really need to watch a video? You're like, oh God, my car just broke down. How do I do this? And they're like, here's a 90-second. You're like, dude, I'm really
Yeah.
trying to watch this right now.
And then
You
on
know?
top of that, you can't even close your phone because then the music stops.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I had YouTube Premium for a minute, and eventually I was like, I'm not paying for this shit anymore. And I don't.
That's how most
I-
people, I've come across.
It's like,
But I've never really met anybody else that has it. Everybody else has Apple or Spotify. And it's not like an Android thing. You tell somebody you have YouTube Music, they just look down and they're like, oh.
what's funny is
You
I was
have
paying for
YouTube
Amazon music for a long time because the audio quality was way better.
Yeah. Isn't that a part of your Prime?
No,
No,
it's
Oh,
not.
that's extra.
They
Wow.
give you-
Mhm.
they give you some music on Prime, but they don't give you
All
all
of it.
the music on Prime.
The other
Yeah,
thing
you
about
can't just pick
YouTube-
and play what you want.
Delvin, didn't we just talk about this? Why am I feeling like I have deja vu?
I
all
think
of a
we
sudden?
did talk about this.
Okay. Yeah, the other thing that I love about YouTube Music is that any YouTube video you can add to your music library. So
Yes, you're
if
telling
you
me that.
like covers, or you find like an indie artist that's not like really an artist, they don't have an album or anything like that, but you really enjoy a song or a live performance or something, you can just add it to your library just off of YouTube, which is super convenient.
That is
And then over Spotify, if I remember correctly, I think they fixed this now, but for a long time you couldn't like upload your own music to like Spotify. Like I have a lot of like the reason I use Google Play is I had a lot of like my own music that were either rip CDs or like LimeWire downloads or like live recordings and things like that I couldn't upload to like different services. Like Google Play was the one that let me. They're like, we'll take all your music, just load it to us and we'll add it there, and then it'll all transfer to YouTube Music.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of
Yes,
like,
Spotify does that now, where you can play local. You can add local.
you can have
music
your
to
own stuff
library.
Yeah.
and you can stream it. Can you still stream it and all that?
I mean, if it's on your device, sure.
Is it on your library? Because I felt like there was something weird where you could add it, but like you had to download it to play it or whatnot. If you weren't connected and all that, I don't remember.
I think you might have to well, at least for Apple Music, I think you have to download it. If you
Yeah.
have music.
Right, whereas all of my stuff is just in my YouTube Music library. It's just like it could just be on YouTube for that matter. But it's really for YouTube. It's just for the ads. The ads are a big part of it. If they got rid of the ads, I'd probably look to switch. But having the no ads is such a huge, it's such a huge thing. It's like, you got to keep it.
Yeah. All right. Last question of the night. JV says, "Is there a game that had a lot of potential, either gameplay or wait?
We read this
Did I
one
do
already.
We're not going to
Yeah.
do the F1 thing.
that? No, I told her access denied.
What?
So no, we're not
No.
doing F1 shit. No,
Yes.
we can do the, we can do the F1 thing. I'll let you read it. Fuck F1.
Yarden writes in, what are your overall thoughts on the 2023 F1 season? And then he adds, is Max Verstappen's complete dominance this season hurting the sport, or do casual racing fans just not get it? Would you change any rules or regulations? So for those of you that don't know,
Hurting the sport.
the F1 calendar ended this past weekend. Max won again. He won some ridiculous, like 17 out of 18 races or something, like insane amount. He won like almost practically every race in every sprint. There were a couple races where he didn't win. I think it was just Sergio and Carlos Sainz got one. There were a couple races Max did not win. It was one of the most dominant seasons of all time, and people are very upset because the year before, when they had not the year before, but the big Drive to Survive thing, when like F1 peaked, they had this crazy season where it was a nail biter down to the last lap on the last race to survive to pick the championship. And then a lot of American fans are like, this is boring. One team wins all the time. I understand that. I do think it's hurting the sport. But I don't mind it because I think that is the sport. When you look back at F1, it's almost always kind of these generations of teams or cars that get it right, and they just kind of dominate. Mercedes did it for years before Max did it, and Red Bull did it for years before they did it, and Ferrari did it for years before they did it. The difference being Max's, like this dominance that he's been on the last 2 years, is like kind of at like a even a higher level than normal. Like he is truly crushing, not just the field. That's the difference. It's not just the car. Sebastian Vettel won a bunch of races with Red Bull a decade ago because their car was just better. He was basically just racing his teammate. It was just them. They were always going to win 1-2. And where Mercedes was on top, they were always getting 1-2. Here's the thing. Max's teammate, Checo, he's not always coming in second. That car is beatable. The difference is Max. Max is on a whole other level. He's just better than everybody else right now. He isn't a great car, but he also is better than everybody else in that great car. So it's like double, like it's almost like you need help to beat Max. You need him to wreck or something. You need somebody to take him out or him have a terrible strategy or a rain delay or a penalty or something. Because if you're just one-on-one in equal cars, he's going to beat you. If you have a slightly better car than you, he's probably still going to beat you. Like he's kind of on a whole other platform right now. It's serious dominance.
So he's speed racer.
Here's the thing. It's machine-like. Just lap after lap after lap, best lap, best lap, best. And like you see it when anybody has a lead and you see Max coming, we all know what's about to happen. They're like, wow, this is not going to last very long.
Cool.
I don't mind dominance. Like there is the American market is very into like underdog stories. They want competitiveness. They want parity, right? Yeah. They want everybody to have a chance. They kind of want that chaos, and that's not what F1 is, and it's not what it's historically been, and that is why the drama and the pageantry of a couple of seasons ago. That's why it's so heightened, because it's not the norm. Right. And if you go back to where you just kind of set it up to where anybody could win, then you become NASCAR and then nobody cares because it's all the same.
Yeah.
So I like it. I do think it's hurting maybe the popularity of the sport in America. I don't think it's hurting the popularity of the sport globally. I think the ratings are through the roof. I don't think the sport has ever been more popular. I think it's more popular now than it's ever been. But I think some folks have tailed off after like the COVID boom. Because of the reality show and everything, I think some people have tailed off because it's just Max winning all the time.
That is a little weird though, because Americans usually like winners and dynasties, like Tom Brady.
You like to root against them. Like you want, like a lot of people, you want to root against them.
So you want to see them
lose.
Fall.
Yeah. So the problem is there's nobody close. Like it's not even really up for. There's no hope. Like you can't even be like, maybe this is our chance. No, it's not. Everybody knows it's not this year, maybe next year. Right. So in F1, they have like, salary caps, like budget caps to how much you can spend on the car.
Okay.
So a lot of teams, when they realize this year they didn't have a chance, they stop spending on the car to save that money to put towards the next car. So next year they can have a chance.
Oh, okay.
So that's another part of this. It's not like everybody's just spending everything they can do to close the gap. A lot of people gave up. They're like, they're so far ahead, we're not going to get there. So let's focus on next year. Let's take all this money, let's put it into next year's car. And then when we roll out next year, we'll be back. So I expect that the gap will be closer next year.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. But it was fun. It was I don't mind it because, well, one, and all full disclosure, I'm a Red Bull fan. So I'm kind of getting my just desserts right now. And a lot of people hate Red Bull because Max is an asshole. He's like the villain. He is the villain. He's the villain. It's not like a villain. He's the villain. Max is that dude. You know what he reminds me of? Earnhardt.
Oh, okay.
Like he's the intimidator. He's the guy that's like, if we're both going to the corner, he's like, that's my corner. And they're like, what if we wreck? He's like, well, then we wreck. Get the fuck out of the way. It's my corner. He drives like that. He is that guy. And he says some outlandish shit, man. He destroyed Vegas. Like they had him out there in Vegas, and every time he got a microphone, he was like, this is shit. We shouldn't be here. I hate this. He is the villain, and people hate him that he's such an asshole. And I kind of like it. But I talk about this with Seth often because Seth hates Max. He hates Red Bull. He can't stand this. And a lot of people are that way. I feel the same way about Mercedes. But here's the thing. When I started watching the sport, Mercedes was on top. They had been on top for years, and they were on top for another. Like, all I ever knew was Lewis wins all the time. Lewis Hamilton won, like, every race, right? So when I started watching, Max and Red Bull were the underdogs. They were chasing the leader, right? So I jumped onto that story. I was on their side. The people that love Mercedes and their dominance, when they joined, a lot of them joined when Vettel and Red Bull was the leader. So they joined on Mercedes chasing the leader. And it seems to be like where you get in, you kind of set up who you're going to root for. And honestly, not even who you're going to root for. It might be who you're going to root against. I find that a lot of like, I don't really root for anybody. Like I call myself a Red Bull fan, but if they came in second, like I don't care. I really don't care. I want a good race. And I kind of root for like a half dozen drivers. But here's the thing. But I do root against Mercedes. Like it's kind of anything but Mercedes is like what I root for. And you find that a lot of other people are like anything but Red Bull or anything but Ferrari. A lot of people have like drivers they like and then a team they don't like. And it's who do you root against? Maybe more so than who do you root for?
Yeah. It's dope.
So you guys should get an F1. We'd have F1 podcasts.
Go ahead, Dan.
No.
There you go. That's your answer.
Not watching somebody make left turns constantly.
They don't make left.
Happening.
It's not NASCAR.
They
have all kinds of turns, man. What are you talking about?
Same
Chicanes? It's not the same thing at all.
No. It's cars
literally the opposite. They race in cities on real streets.
So it's
just down the streets of Monaco.
Just going around.
Like the streets that you drive on. They're flying down the thing 200 miles an hour. It's insane.
They should paint
Sounds
like
boring.
eyes on the hub on the lights and stuff, and like make them look like the cars from the cartoon. Maybe I'll watch it then.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Sounds like watching paint dry.
Yeah, Lightning McQueen. McQueen. Give me the goat.
No.
Put a car out there, make it look like Mater.
Please stop.
Make him talk.
What the hell is even that? Like I might be interested if there were cartoons. What they should do is they make the next Cars movie F1.
You know what?
That might be more interesting than what you're talking about.
Didn't Disney do the thing with football when they made the character of Toy Story?
What?
You don't remember this experiment Disney did? They made the NFL games. I think it was NFL games where they were Toy Story characters. It was the actual game, but they put like a Toy Story filter over it.
Why?
It was the weirdest shit. So kids can watch sports.
That's
Kids can watch sports without Toy Story characters. That just sounds like a waste of space and time.
But they did it.
Much like F1.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
There you go, Lord Snarks. Wacky races. There you go.
You know, one of the things that that F1's doing for the kids this year is they started having kid broadcasts.
Oh.
Where they have kids calling the action. Talking
So
about
it becomes
like
even less understandable.
Yeah.
Great.
Or maybe more understandable
They
depending
give the
on who you
kids
are.
some buttercup snuff, put it in their mouth.
Okay,
Nice.
we've officially gone off the deep end. So let's wrap this up. Oh, this has been episode 115 of the Play Some Video Games podcast. Please feel free to come to our Discord and check out our tap link, which will take you to all of the places you can find us, whether that be Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. We're everywhere. So, tap in. And until next time, play some video games.